And here we go. It is Tuesday night, so it is good to see everybody. I know I'm going to be covering something a little bit different. I said I was going to be going back to MMORPGs this week. I actually am set up to do that, but I love turn-based games, and Microsoft and Xbox hooked me up with a copy of Gears Tactics. So I figured I need to, knock out that stream anyway. So I'm going to do that tonight. It is going to be a fun night. I got my list. Since it's a regularly scheduled show, I do have my list of things to talk about, just in case. We're probably going to go off topic all the time. The cool thing is this isn't a game review. This is just playing a game. Sometimes I do game reviews that I got to somehow figure out a way to chop up nice and neat to YouTube. But that's not tonight. I'm just going to be playing a little bit for fun. Anyways, my notes. This is a turn-based version of the Gears of War series. It's set 12 years before the first Gears War. So I didn't even know this game was coming out. It literally popped up on one of the websites I used to get game keys. So I will admit the first couple of missions I'm going to run tonight, I am not new at. I jumped in last night to make sure everything was set up, everything was looking good, everything was playing well, and I ended up playing a lot. So I'm going to start over just so that anybody who pops in. People have been streaming this all day. I do have to say, I don't really get the I don't understand people on Steam. People like review bomb, and I don't understand why. This game has only been out today. There's been 440 reviews, 67% are positive, and so when I go into, I'm looking for the negative ones. It's weird because it says mostly positive, and then somewhere else it says 86% of the user reviews, of the 144 user reviews, are positives. So unskippable tutorial, pretty linear. It's an okay tactics game. The intro is too dumb, makes Iron Man feel pointless. I mean, sure, just change it. I mean, somebody had a comment about Xbox Live and they're locked out of their account. I mean, that's that's an Xbox Live thing. It's not a game thing. I don't know why you would hit the game for an Xbox Live thing. That's going to hurt the publishers. That's going to hurt Splash Damage. That's going to hurt the coalition. I'm sorry, it's going to hurt the developers. The publisher is Xbox. Some people talk about there's no balances. Some people talk about game crashes. I mean, if you're having a game crash, totally can understand you wanting to rate the game down. So with that, let's see. And then it's weird because some people, they're talking about their Xbox Live account issues, but they're leaving the Steam reviews. Like, I'm not playing through Steam. I'm playing through the Microsoft Store. That's how I have mine. I don't have mine through Xbox Live. I just have mine through, I have a game code and a media copy. So thanks to Microsoft. Anyways, let's get into this. Like I said, last week I was covering a little BattleTech, another turn-based game. I love turn-based games. I love strategy games. I absolutely love them. So I'm actually not allowed to take my face and all that off. I'm not allowed to just stream the cinematics. It's part of our streaming agreement. So
after years of endless war, humanity had finally found peace. Until Emergence Day.
Emergence Day.
When a monstrous new enemy, black-hearted and savage, emerged from below and laid siege to our world. Our losses have been great. Our resolve is far greater. My fellow tyrants, today, the coalition of ordered governments strikes back.
Strikes back.
These unclean beasts, these locusts, will advance no further. I, Chairman Prescott, have authorized a full planetary...
Gives me a very Aliens, Ridley Scott sort of feel to it.
On my order, the COG has placed infantry detachments in key cities to mop up any surviving locusts. For those citizens unable to evacuate to safety in time, the Coalition appreciates your sacrifice. Forgive us. This is the only way.
Chin up, Private. If you can survive Prescott's bullshit, you can survive anything.
He's torching the whole world to kill the grubs, Sarge. Am I ever gonna see him again?
I don't know.
Got that ominous knock at the door, like you know something's about to go wrong.
Looking for shelter? Come on, join the party.
You're gonna want to get that.
Like, dude knew.
Diaz,
Special orders, Sergeant. Proceed immediately to General Beckett's office at CIC to retrieve a classified document. Acknowledge.
no, you've got the wrong gear. I just run the motor pool.
You have your orders. Control out.
You have your orders.
And let me guess, you're coming too.
Well, if you insist.
Told you. Ominous guy shows up at the door. Knew the phone was gonna ring. I just think it's weird. You're going to do something, you're not taking your whole squad. That would make the first mission too easy, right? We got to do the tutorial. You guys know when I review games, I'm really big on making sure that the game covers that. There's 4 areas I talk about. I talk about graphics, I talk about soundtrack, I talk about immersion, and I talk about ease of gameplay. And sometimes ease of gameplay throws people off. They're like, oh, well, you just want easy games? No, I don't want easy games. I want little things like this. You pop up the name, you tell me what it is. Assume I've never played your game before. I don't know anything about your world. Immerse me in it. Put your hooks in me. Drag me in. Help me understand the game. So I love tutorials. I am huge on tutorials. So I played this yesterday so that I didn't make a complete jackass out of myself. But I really think that even people who don't like turn-based games, you could definitely get, if you like games, and everybody likes games, and we're all stuck inside right now. So I like when they start us off with the basics to make sure everybody understands. One thing I will say, what's up, Frost? One thing that I will say is that sometimes this game is a little touchy with the movement. So that is one thing I don't like, but we can, I will eventually write that up to them and maybe they can patch that. It's fine if you're just lurking, Frost. I appreciate it. Seeing that 6 in the viewers box always means a lot to me, so I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. Even if I don't have anybody interacting with me, it's like 6. Okay, 6 is good. 1 is cool. I will stream for 1 person. I will stream for 0 people. I will stream for just the cats.
If you got a shot, take it.
Oh, you hush. You'll notice tonight I also had to put the mature warning on. This game is graphic, it's dirty, it's, you know, they are some salty people in their dialogue. Hi, you're not supposed to be up here. We've been negotiating with the cat. He's negotiating that he wants to be on the desk. I've negotiated that I don't want him on the desk. I moved the mic again. I know what I want. I got some plans for the future. Hopefully, everything streaming will be taken care of here in the next year. We're probably not gonna move. I'm just gonna move my. I'm gonna like remodel a room in the house. Oh, I gotta check the audio in there. Make sure the audio works in there. It should. And there's Howler. He's all mad. Yeah, he's mad. He just got kicked off the desk. Now he's gonna interrupt the stream, because that's what cats do, right? But I'm not the streamer who throws their cat. That streamer should be removed off Twitch. Throw your cat, because your cat jumped on you. All that streamer's funny. That streamer's cat like knocks the cat tower on top of her head. Oh, it's...
The hammer strikes aren't gonna wait for us. Finish off these grubs so we can get to the CIC.
Won't even break a sweat.
Yes.
This is so gory, man. I love it. I just absolutely... I also like the fact that you have to, like, you're required to, like, take action points to reload. A lot of games you always have that, like, infinite ammo. But I like when you clear the battlefield,
Soldier, Redburn.
the reload is automatic.
Tell me something, Sid Redburn. You clearly know where you're going. So why am I here?
I guess someone up there likes you, Sergeant.
Someone up there likes you. Why is it when anybody ever says the phrase, somebody up there likes you, it's a pretty good indicator that nobody likes you.
Kicking up dirt.
Hi, you want to be seen? This is Howler. His name is Sora. Okay, I don't want you on my desk. I don't. I like you, but go away. You haven't come to see me all day, and now I stream. And now you bother me.
Multiple wretches inbound.
Yeah.
Come out before they
Now he's pouting. Now he's on the floor and he's pouting because
I'll overwatch him on this side.
he's pouting because he got put off the desk twice. Although I am proud of him, he hasn't eaten the foam around my phone box. Welcome to the couple of people who just dropped in. I know some of you are probably regulars. I might have some new people here tonight too. I like new people. Just getting back started into streaming on a regular basis. I had been streaming pretty regularly, and then life happened. And then just as I was getting life resolved, COVID happened. So as you can hear the character's vocabulary, I had to put this on mature tonight. But if you're offended, I do apologize. That's why you had to click in mature tonight. And of course the idiot cat's on the other side of the monitor. But yeah, hoping to get into streaming on a regular basis again. I did set up, like I said, I am more an MMORPG guy, but I don't have an MMORPG that I'm like the subject matter expert at the moment. So I am, you know, I have Guild Wars 2 and ESO installed. I have Final Fantasy installed. So I'm hoping to do another story like where I learn Guild Wars. I'm gonna try to learn Guild Wars with people's help, and then I am really hoping for Fractured and Ashes of Creation. And once Ashes of Creation is in alpha, that is where I'm gonna be moving to, and then I'll be covering Fractured as well, not to the depth. And then the other two games that I have on my Twitch are Valar and Defend the Night. I have every intention of covering those games as well. So that's pretty much the future of my streaming. But I have a you know, I've been helping new content creators over the last couple of months. I put some stuff together on my webpage. about content creation, and it's weird because I've been bleeding subscribers on YouTube because I had a big following of Arcade players, and now I'm not covering Arcade anymore, so I'm slowly bleeding. And people are like, "Aren't you worried that your numbers going the wrong way?" I'm like, "No, why would I be worried? They're to worry about. They're YouTube subscribers." Okay, I'll get more. I'm sure I will get a ton more when Ashes moves into Alpha. We'll execute this guy. So, man, I love it. A gun with a chainsaw on it. Just give me, man. Just give me that in my world. That's all I need. Yeah, then I will say the Overwatch thing is one thing that's a little crazy. It is a little crazy how much damage you do, especially since those are melee and they can't I mean, they have to close the distance. What I learned about them yesterday was if they're next to you and you try to move, they hit you and you can't do anything to them. So that was an important thing to learn early on in the game. I also learned that your main character doesn't have at the beginning doesn't have offensive grenades. He's got healing grenades. Healing grenades. I heal you with firepower. Right? Makes total sense. But yeah, I was in a situation I thought all of them had offensive grenades, and it turns out he had a healing grenade, and that almost was bad for my social life. The cat is so infuriated that he was kicked off the desk. He's right behind my third monitor, and he keeps poking his head around. He and I got into it the other night. He messed with I have the new ring light underneath my monitor. I'm still trying to get everything set up. I need to get a boom arm to get my mic up off the desk. I acknowledge that. It's on my list of things. But the cat plays with the light whenever it's on. So he's a funny character. Oh, well. There we go. Watch this. We're gonna just... We have 2 rounds? Yep, 2 rounds, 2 actions. There we go. Goodbye. See, that Overwatch is a little OP. They come around the corner and you'll fire off as many rounds as, like, you have 4 rounds. I mean, it's not 4 rounds, it's 4 turns of firing. And then if you have 2 actions left when you go into Overwatch, you'll fire twice, but you just shred things. Oh. The other one is here. Again, another cat that he doesn't visit me all day. And then I start streaming. And, hey, can you guys go, like, play? There's 2 of you now. Go play together. They never ever want to hang out while I'm like, I wasn't doing anything today. I was actually finishing my 1000th dungeon in Final Fantasy since I rejoined last year. I need, like, maybe less than 100, more than 50 commendations to be a mentor in Final Fantasy. Didn't see a cat all day. Not one cat all day. Oh. God. So, anyways, guys, it is good to be back streaming on a regular basis. I was getting ready to get started, all the paperwork filled out that I needed to fill out to start the business, and then it was when COVID finishes, when COVID passes, when COVID it's not passing. It's not passing, it's still going, and then here we are something like 48 days into self-isolation, and my state has just extended it all the way through May 30th. So,
No. I told Prescott, I don't do that shit anymore.
but yeah, Illinois just extended all the way to 30 May. So I don't imagine isolation ending anytime soon. I think my Disney trip is in jeopardy. My daughter doesn't get to graduate. I mean, she obviously gets to move on to high school, but her graduation was canceled. So it's like no graduation ceremony, no graduation gift, it looks like. Although I will say the people at Disney are amazing. People at Disney said my tickets will still be good next year if Disney doesn't reopen this year, or even if they do reopen, because I wasn't able to use my tickets when I intended. That was cool. I mean, Disney's bleeding money like anybody else, so Disney needs as much money as they can get. Clear them out with frag grenade. Sounds like a good plan. Nice. Let's see. 4 for the price of 1. Sounds good. Have to use action. Use 2. We only want to go there. So yeah, it was like stim grenade. Nope, don't need that. I need actual. I need an actual grenade. Okay. Just shoot him in half. Amazing. Like my inner teenage child has come out looking at this game. Like awesome. Like gore, violence, graphic language. It's like everything a person wants in the world, right? Oh. Awesome. Give me more. Give me more graphic violence, because you know, graphic video games and violent video games make people violent, right? We all know that. That's a fact. I mean, even though my generation watched, you know, we watched that coyote blow up that Roadrunner every Saturday morning, and we watched G.I. Joe take on Cobra, and Transformers beat on the Decepticons, yet we all didn't grow up to be giant Gundam robots. I don't know. I don't know what happened. We missed a page in the playbook. And now he's gonna vocally protest. I would have to question if a bank vault would actually do anything against a, like, satellite weaponized laser system, but we'll go with it. It's okay. We'll go with it. So hello to all my lurkers out there as well. I like lurkers. Lurkers are great. Got any questions about life, the universe, anything? Feel free to ask. Questions are great.
Come on. Let's find a way back.
I like how one guy has a chainsaw and the other guy just has a bayonet. Like, wouldn't chainsaw be like standard issue for everybody? And if not, why not?
Goddamn crisp. Better hope our APC isn't torched too, or it's gonna be a long walk to the bunker.
It's already going to be a long walk, man. We got to walk to the vehicle. It's not going to be easy, right? We already know that.
Here we go.
Equipment cases.
This mission will be good for you, Diaz.
Whatever you say.
Don't play coy. You were flying up the ranks, then you bust yourself down to the motor pool? For what?
To get the hell away from Prescott's missions.
Wilco. Bring it, shitheads.
He is so foul-mouthed. I love it.
Let's get tactical. That sounds like an emergence hole. Get up there. Grubs will be tunneling out soon.
They're already back at it, huh? So much for Prescott's hammer strikes. Eyes open. Well,
Eyes open. Well, I gotta give mad credit to the dialogue writers at Splash Damage and the Coalition. Like, it's just funny. You got a guy with one eye. He can't have his eyes open. You can't keep one eye on anything when you only have one eye. Emergence hole.
is coming up from underground.
Put a frag grenade in that emergence hole. If we don't close it, they'll just keep pouring out.
You think this is the first E-hole I've seen, Sergeant? Frag out!
Oops. Okay. Break his Overwatch. Hopefully. Here we go.
I'm ready. Moving up.
So, what else is going on, guys? I know a lot of people down on their luck lately. A lot of people have been struggling. That's another reason why I decided to come back and start streaming. A lot of people talking to me about just what's going on with them in life. And just their individual situations just getting screwed over, not getting taken care of.
Weapons on empty.
I think people just need some entertainment. People need some stuff to do. And you know, I'm happy to try to help with some of that. I know it's rough. People some people tried to get unemployment, couldn't get unemployment. Some people didn't get their stimulus money. You know, the response of the U.S. government. Well, if you didn't get your stimulus money, you have like 2 days to fill this form out, and if you don't fill this form out, then you'll just have to get it on your next year's taxes. Well, it doesn't, like, for me it's fine, whatever, but for some people they need that $500 per kid to feed their kids. So how are you just gonna be like, yeah, can't help you? I don't understand. I don't understand that mentality. Like I said, I'm all good. You know, I'm all good with it. Being retired, I get my pension. I didn't get affected by any layoffs or anything. I could imagine, you know, though, other family members were definitely affected, and you know, most everybody got taken care of, but I know people who literally didn't get their checks. They can't eat. They can't get on unemployment because they can't, like, they're spending all day every day calling. and they can't get through. That's no, that's another one. How are you gonna tell people to call in and then not have not have the systems in place that they need? So a lot of those things I spent the first couple of months of this pandemic nonsense helping people, and then people were always telling me, thanks man, I miss being able to drop in and ask you a question. I was like, well, what the hell else do I got to do in my life, man? Just start streaming again a little bit. I can help if I can help one person with a question, even if it doesn't matter what the question's on. Life, you know, streaming, a video game, a question, we can do that. We can make room at least once a week to help people, right? Yeah, I know it did.
Standing by. Terrific.
I shouldn't have done that.
Heads up. Grub action. Yes.
But we feel the need to go execute somebody with a chainsaw. I want every game.
Taking out the trash.
Oh, I've never seen him do that before. Cool.
Not today, grub.
Knocked him down and just fisticuffs, man.
Here we go.
I want every game I play from now on to have a chainsaw. Which is funny because when I was a kid, one of the very first games I played, the character had a chainsaw. It was Edgar from Final Fantasy. He had all the tools and he had a chainsaw. If you went to the town of Zozo, get yourself a chainsaw. Now I will say, one of the things I talk about when I review games is immersion, and these little cutscenes being fully animated, full like video clips. That's kind of cool. I don't think you always need that. I don't want to say that the gold standard of success is having those. I think Battletech by Harebrained Schemes with Paradox as their publisher, they just do stills, and I think they accomplish immersion as well. But full
Look around, Diaz.
movies are always gonna
We need to
pull
do
you in.
Prescott's mission. This grub named Zukon.
Save it. I fix things now. And that's it.
Shit. The bunker.
Apparently you don't fix things anymore. But so yeah, I think that this game very, very much immersion. The fact that I wanted to play all day, but I knew I was going to be streaming it tonight, that goes a long way for the recipe for success.
The hammer. No.
If it makes you want to come back to it, you're already dialed into that secret sauce. So, but yeah, so yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, man. I had a whole pile of game keys. I've cleared out most of them, and then I have to do one more BattleTech review because I took the DLC for Heavy Metal. But and then I have a couple of others that I can do game reviews on. But I need to find a way to spice up my game reviews. My game reviews are not a very successful product right now, and I admit that.
Let's hope not.
Uh-oh.
Lieutenant Colonel Diaz. It's been too long.
It's Sergeant now, Chairman. Hope this was worth dodging your hammer strikes for.
Yes, well.
I'm glad to see your time in the motor pool has indulged your talents. Open it. You're looking at the only known photos of a locust called Ukon, the enemy's
Ukon.
resident geneticist, a monster who makes monsters. Corpsers, Brumox, his work. We need him eliminated.
I don't run ops anymore. Not after Gekka Ridge.
Sulking won't undo the past, Diaz. You want to save lives today? Stop squandering your tactical gifts and take Ukon down before he creates something even worse. I can't offer you much. No personnel, no resupply.
Hold up. If this grub's as dangerous as you say, I need equipment. Soldiers. An army.
Oh, you always were resourceful. Recruit
You
whatever gear
always
you find.
were resourceful.
The rest.
My problem, I need you to fix it.
Incident in Gatka. Try to do better this time.
I love the simplicity of the plot line. You're a lieutenant colonel who busted himself down as sergeant.
If we do this, you work for me, not Prescott. Got it?
You're the boss. Motor pool.
Come on. Let's find some more gears.
It's just gonna be that easy. There we go. And then, thank you for playing. This guy's gonna join me later. I don't know. They gave me like a free year. Alright, so let me remember what we gotta do here. Oh, yes. We got, oh, wait. Home, we got a box, right? We gotta open a box. Open the goodies. Okay. So, so as if Overwatch wasn't already broken enough, this weapon stock gives Overwatch shots 15% more damage. So that's already amazing. And then when this unit uses its shoot ability, it gets a 5% chance to shoot the same target again, but won't be done if you don't have enough ammo. And then, of course, crit chance. And I don't know, I don't understand why 7% for a loss of 1 ammo, but it's okay. Well, I'll take 7% because 7% is 7%, right? And then skills. Skill tree. The skill tree in this, I like games that let you see the whole, like where you're getting to. But it is a little, I am going to be honest, it is a little daunting when you start off and you have access to all of this stuff. And it's always weird. It's always a weird thing for me for your main commander to kind of be your healer. But he is a support. And so he does, heals are his kind of big thing. And oh, when this unit kills an enemy, heal each ally for 4% of their maximum health, and then you bump that up to 7. And then did I see that in one other place yesterday? It's like basically you want to save kill shots for this guy if you have people wounded. That way you get free life back. And then your Vanguard, it kind of like a tank, but it gives, like, it's weird, like in a tactical strategy based turn based game, you accept that there's a little fudge room, but how can like yelling at the guy, or Hunkering the guy down, give him 40% evasion. Like, I can get intimidate. Enemies within 10 meters are removed from cover and interrupted. So that's a good one, especially if they're right around the corner from you and they're overwatching you. But it's just kind of weird. Like, oh, you be more covered, be more evasive. That's just funny to me. Alrighty. Missions. So we also have the Left Behind. We're going to be doing the mission, and we also have the complete the mission without a gear being downed or killed. So if you manage to do this optional objective, you get extra stuff. I will say I ran into some problems with some of the optional objectives yesterday. Sometimes you actually almost have to like sabotage your own progress and maybe like stall around. Like one of them is kill 8 in 1 round. Well, that gets kind of difficult. Anyways, I'm gonna jump up real quick. The cat's gotten into something. I'll be gone for less than a minute. Man, I'm telling you, I must have had like, you know, a play date with my cat scheduled or something. He's just being a miscreant. He pulled a trash bag or a Walmart bag out of a pile, and then if I let him have Walmart bags, he pees on them. Little jerk. Stop it. Be bad.
Alder's a ghost town now, so our recruiting options are thin. Our best bet for gears is Echo 5, a mop-up unit stationed nearby. Let's pay him a visit.
Let's pay him a visit, because they sound so willing to, like... Sounds like you're not very well liked. Shouldn't this guy just be able to throw up, like, the bat signal? And, some help? Doesn't seem like it too much. But... I will say the graphics are killer.
Gonna need to commandeer this whole platoon for our little grub hunt. That won't go down easy.
Don't you worry. Been working on my recruiting pitch.
Yeah. That's what I'm afraid of.
What I'm afraid of.
Up ahead.
This whole game though gives, like I said earlier, it gives me the whole Aliens, the James Cameron Aliens movie like vibe, which if you fix the typo in Aliens Colonial Marines, that's a good shooter.
Everybody in one piece? We're looking for Echo 5.
That's us, sir. Grubs just ambushed our unit half a click up the road. Came out of nowhere.
All right, you're with us now. Let's go find your people.
We're gonna go find your people.
Sure as hell hope there's a squad left to recruit.
Look at that bad boy right there. I also do like, I like that they took the time. I like I said, I like tutorials. I like that they taught you the actions with 2, and then as you move on with that, they added 2 different units with 2 different main weapons. It's 2 different gear types. I think that's important. You can't just boom, give everybody access to everything right from the word go. And then it also adds different abilities. if you throw people everything from the word go, then you end up spending a whole lot of time with wasted stuff, because only the really diehard players are gonna dig into stuff. So I think they've done I think they've done a pretty amazing job with what I've seen, and like I said, that's kind of a cheat because I know the next couple. I know the next couple of missions because like I said, I was only gonna play the tutorial yesterday to make sure I didn't embarrass myself today when gaming, and then it was just so good. I just kept playing.
Eyes peeled. Buckle up, people. Let's make it happen.
No units have been downed or killed. Good. I also have this really bad habit of I see cases and I just blitz towards them. I've figured out that that's not the best plan.
We're covered over here.
Yep.
I blew up his box.
I read you. On the move.
This poor guy's about to get poor guy's shotgun. He's gonna pop out from behind that box. He's gonna have a really bad day.
Peeled. Got him now.
Oof.
This will be good.
Okay. So what me?
Hitting the road.
Yeah, you are. The road. Goodbye.
Going out. And stay down.
So gory, man. I love it. I love it. It makes me smile.
Scout here.
Yeah, I know.
Wilco.
Comms truck ahead. We want to find the rest of Echo 5. That's where we start looking.
Oh, I have done derped.
Right. Here we go.
Derped that. Oh, hi Wolfus. Had to beat up on Wolfus, but Wolfus has downloaded Filmora. That's because I use Filmora to make my videos, and yes, Filmora has a price to it, but I personally think Filmora is the easiest program for new content creators, for new video makers to use. I think Filmora just brings a lot to the table, but you have to buy it, and I view that as truthfully an investment in yourself. If you're going to be I don't think you can be a Twitch streamer and not make videos when you're small. I mean, you can eventually get big enough that you don't have to make videos anymore. But I think when you're small, you need that cycle of I did a stream and then I made a video. So I gained some YouTube subscribers because I gained some YouTube subscribers because I make a video out of my stream, and then hopefully, if all goes well, I get some of those people to come visit me when I stream. You know, you wanna maximize your efforts. Like somebody was asking me, like, should I upload videos to YouTube? Like, why would you want to do this? And they're like, well, it's an untapped market. Like, yeah, but you don't get anything from having videos up on Twitch. You want to put your videos up on YouTube so you get paid. Why did I leave ArcAge? Okay, so I left ArcAge because I actually got chumped again. When I found out that the ArcAge Unchained model was a model that Korea had every intention of releasing anyway, so Gamigo rushed it, completely fell flat on its face. They rushed it because they knew once people knew about it from Korea, they weren't going to be able to say, oh, this is this great thing we're doing just for you. The other day somebody asked me, and let me see. I'm gonna work this out. They didn't do enough testing. They ignored the results of the testing. Okay, they said they were going to have enough servers. They botched reservations. All right. They then said servers would not be locked. They then locked servers. They then told people to make a new character, right? And they said your founder's pack would be transferable. And I think, what'd that take? 5 months? 4 months? It took like 3, 4, 5 months to happen. They had rampant exploiting. They had bugs. Okay? So they did next to nothing to make sure the launch was successful. Krolin pieced the fuck out as soon as launch happened. I haven't seen anything about Krolin. Support tickets are still an abysmal mess. Then they say stuff like, let me grab this statement that they made. On April 22nd, due to abuse of the Naval Arena in regards to manipulating the outcome in an unintended way, the Stillwater Gulf Arena, known as the Naval Arena, will be removed until further notice. This also means that the rewards for the month of April will not be provided. That is April of 2020, when they knew about the exploiting of the Naval Arena 2 years ago. The team that was Tryon, and then the team that became Gamigo, they knew about all those issues. So you don't get to come along and say, due to a fact that this is happening. No, you knew about it. You knew about it, and you did nothing about it. And so now you're trying to act like, well, now it's an issue. Well, why is it all of a sudden an issue? How can something be the intended mechanism in 2018 and then suddenly the unintended mechanism in 2020? I'm big on companies having integrity. If you don't have integrity, I really have issues with that. And so I know it's rough for me, but I would rather help small games that are working their ass off to be in development. But the big thing, like, it doesn't matter what game company it is. It can be Fractured, it can be Ashes of Creation, it can be Valar, it can be Defend the Night, it can be whatever game a game company asks me to cover their game. If you come to me and ask me to cover your game, you better have integrity, because if you don't, I am going to call out your lack of integrity very vocally. And Intrepid Studios has been the game that's in development. They encounter this on a regular basis. And the thing I find refreshing about them is they get called out and they actually one-on-one communicate with me, and they say, okay, what exactly are you talking about? Like, not like broad strokes, get down into the details. And we have really good conversations to make sure that they're, you know, meeting and exceeding customer expectations. Now, I know some people that have been following Ashes of Creation are going to be like, well, there's all these issues. Yes, there were, and they fixed them. But when you have a situation where something that you knew about in 2018 is suddenly now unacceptable, that's just another reason why I left ArcAge. Just another reason. So, yeah, hope that answers that question.
Running dry. Dead and gone.
Oh, man.
Standing by.
Waiting orders.
We're all sorts of fucked over here. This is a bad day. We got pinned down pretty good here. Oh, I shouldn't have wasted that shot.
You're all gone.
Standing by.
Okay, close this so we don't end up overrun. Yeah, no problem. I think it's important. I mean, I was the ArcAge 101 guy for a long time, so I think it's important that people know why I left. Like, the ArcAge community really is responsible for a lot of my success on my different platforms. And it sucks that, you know, it legit sucks that I had to stop streaming. But I just can't support the product. I just can't. Then my integrity gets called into question. And I won't have that. If I know something is shady, I'm gonna call it out. That's just, you know, my responsibility. And once you call it out, you let people have their response to it, and then some people got to learn to let stuff go. Like, I left ArcAge. If somebody asks me about ArcAge, I'll talk about ArcAge, but I don't hang on to it like a dog with a bone, right? We're gonna a whole lot of
Okay.
you get him out of here.
Weapons on empty.
Missed. Yeah, your weapon's on empty. Okay. Kind of making some progress. Hopefully.
Kill zone established.
Okay.
Got locust activity.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Uh-oh.
And professionals.
It clawed me.
Yes, it did.
Try that shit again.
Make it count.
Who can soak a hit is the question. Okay.
Heavy here.
Yeah, you do.
Nice.
Out of ammo.
Okay.
Open for business.
Now I gotta get this guy off of him. There we go. There we go.
Okay, now.
Now you reload and shoot the one next to you and everybody gets to heal.
Okay, I'm good.
Right? That's the plan? There we go.
Dead and gone. Standing by. No problem. Guns dry!
Well, yeah. Posture check. Oh, I am kind of sitting bad, aren't I? Let me see. Let me get my... I am sitting up with my back all twisted. That's not good. Thank you for that. Get my little, you know, posture, my footrest. That also doubles, you know, when I stand, although I can't stand today. The sit-stand desk, that light that's there. I know I have this lit up like Mig's field now, but finally I got the light in the stream working right. Without all these lights on, this room is pitch black. But I can't raise the desk because the light will hit the ceiling. But like I said earlier in the show, the goal is, and my wife and I need to talk some more, but the goal is, instead of us moving now, we're thinking about remodeling the second floor a little bit. And then I'm going to take the spare bedroom as my office. So that'll require me to buy a new desk, a new machine, a new PC. It'll require me to buy, move all the video recording and streaming equipment upstairs. I won't be doing any streaming down here. Let's see. What's the... Trying to get somewhere, or am I trying to clean? Yeah, well, I'm gonna wait for these guys to come here. It's gonna be the end of that. Over there and get that. You guys cop the wall. But yeah, have to get a couple of more monitors, like 7, whole wall of monitors. Got to remodel that bedroom, make it more streaming conducive. Oh, my grenade's gonna be up next round. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Changing position.
Yeah, you're changing position. Can't get everybody. Oh, that's a small radius. Right.
Here, stim for you.
There we go. Oh, shoot him in the head. He'll get mad at me again. Go. Ah. Oh, guys with guns. Not fun. I didn't know they were coming. Oh! Didn't know they were coming. Oof. Make this count. Okay. He's gonna get so many levels. Oh, you're dead. Reload. And Overwatch over here. So when you come around the corner, yeah, I will say, I've said it a couple of times. Overwatch is a completely broken ability. you basically just wait and let them run into it, and they always do. They literally always do. Then once you get the command thing that you can give other units actions, the sniper just you just keep giving the sniper actions. It's just gross.
They won't get past me.
That's a kill box for you right there.
They're in my sights.
They're just getting shredded. Oh! You ain't nothing. Let's see. Okay. Have fun. Defeat the enemy reinforcements 20%. Okay. Gonna take that long shot? No. We pop right over. Go there? Yeah, we can go there. Oh. Oh, well, we're just shooting him up. Carving him up like a turkey. Guy right here. He's gonna go crazy. We're gonna go stabby stabby. Stabby stabby. Blood and gore. Oh, stabbed him right in the back too. Oh, decapitated! That's like bringing me back to my my youth. Mortal Kombat fatality. Can you hit him? Oh, no, don't do that because flashing it away. Okay, let's go over there. Clean shot. I would just like to point out that when somebody is hunkered down like that, you can shoot over their head, not hit them. Yeah.
Need a reload soon.
Goodbye.
Keep it up. That's all of them. Now, what happened here? First the bunker. Now this.
Oh.
Wiping out the mop-up crews. Emotion. Didn't kill all of them. Drag marks.
You're sure they're alive?
Dead bodies don't kick. If those gears are lucky, TACCOM should pick them up.
So I'm a big fan of drink mixes, and I drink Arnold Palmer half and half, and it's like sold out in like the whole country. Like I haven't been able to find any. I had to order a box of the Snapple. I don't really like the Snapple version, but I gotta have something to drink. I can't drink plain water. It just doesn't. Plain water and I don't get along. But I saw when I logged in today, I was checking out people's channels, and I saw the Charmin company doing a commercial about how we're hard at work making toilet paper, so don't panic, more is coming. Like, this country, man, it cracks me up, the shit that people hoarded. But I do want to tell you, because I always like to add some, like, you know, important stuff to my show. If you're American, 10% of the beef processing plants in America, 25% of the pork, and I do believe it was 20% of the chicken, but I lost my citation. The plants are closed due to COVID. Too many of the staff at the plants have gotten ill. So just keep that in mind. Meat is a possibility. I'm not saying meat is going to become more rare at your supermarket, but just keep in mind that meat may become a little bit more rare at your supermarket. I'm not advocating everybody run out and spend $300 and stock your freezer and your deep chest, but like if it's something important coming up, like a birthday or an anniversary, and you're going to try to do like a steak dinner at home, maybe get those steaks a little sooner, just because of everything going on. I live in a really small town, so we have a local butcher, local cattle ranch guy. Literally, it's like pretty much every day now for this town, guy rolls a cow up into the butcher shop, or the back of the grocery store where the butchery is, and cow gets chopped up. Let's see. No. I just want the 5% crit chance. Wait. No. Crit chance. And then your skill tree. So, I see a lot of people bouncing in and out. I know I'm usually not the well, to be honest, recently I am the streamer that does turn-based games. I will be going back to MMOs. I will be going back to MMOs next week. I was gonna do MMOs. I was gonna do Guild Wars this week, Guild Wars 2, but like I said, just boom out of the blue. I use a website. I use several websites for getting game keys to review, and I was actually shocked because I'm kind of small, I'm kind of small in the world. Haven't really been growing my Twitch. I've actually been shrinking my YouTube because I'm kind of out of my element. But yeah, Microsoft and Xbox were like, here, have a game key. I actually have to wonder if it has anything to do with the fact that I covered BattleTech and I have covered turn-based games in the past. But no, that was kind of cool. That was like the feather in my cap. Squad. Gabe D has 2 units maximum. Yeah. So this one, Rough Justice, you got to do the mission, but then you got to kill 5 or more enemies using rescued gears. So you're actually going to rescue 2 during the mission. And you have to use the new people to kill 5 enemies if you want the bonus, which you want the bonuses as much as you can. You want to get as many of them as you can. Like it's totally random what you get. It's not fixed.
The sick bastards are processing those gears in torture pods. We've got to work fast then. Once we pull up, those grubs are going to start the kill timer.
I know a lot of games, like what you get for certain rewards is fixed and static, but this particular game, it's totally random. I see Wolfus is streaming. That's why Wolfus is here in lurk mode. Streaming. She's really brought up her stream game as well. That was the original plan of the Paradox Gaming Network. Let's see. Gotta say, you're the first person I actually watched for games. Used to be Arcade, but I left that a while ago. Thanks for the streams and glad you're back. Hey, I appreciate that. I really do. That's sincerity. I'm glad that I provide you entertainment. A place to come and hang out. That does mean a lot to me. It's those little things that people say to me or to any streamer. It means a lot to streamers or video makers. There are a lot of people who they don't get that lucky break, right? And so they don't stick with it. And you know, that means a lot to me, especially since I'm sure there's a possibility that one of the games I cover in the future is going to be a game you like. I am thankful I covered ArcAge. I learned a ton about how to be a content creator at ArcAge, and if you look down below the stream, there's Ashes 101. So it took what I learned at ArcAge 101. It actually forced me to learn HTML and CS, and I started learning a little bit of JavaScript to make a better website. Because if the website's not useful, then what am I doing? What am I doing it for? If the website's not useful, what the hell?
Grubs won't be breaking any gears today. I promise you that.
We're gonna think. Oh, that was a bad choice. That's a wood crate. But yeah, so I learned a ton. I really wish ArcAge Unchained had worked out. I really do. It's a shame ArcAge Unchained didn't work out. But oh yeah, the box that you were behind. Holy Jesus! Cheese bits, man, cheese bits. That was bad. Okay, I'm gonna get oh, we are getting chewed up here. Okay, we gotta move him to safety.
On standby. On my way.
And then we're gonna get rid of this guy. Oh wait, do we have to waste a grenade, or can we try to take him down?
Need a reload.
Nope. Right. What do we got going on here? Or what can we get done? Hopefully let him walk into it. I liked ArcAge, but the fact I spent a lot of money on it just drove me away. Yeah, I mean, that was a big thing for a lot of people. A lot of people had that problem. And the shady part of it was, they... Uh-oh. Got my lunch ate here.
Time to get to work.
Back on my feet.
Okay. That's why I'm kind of done with games with cash shops. To be honest, I'm done with games with tangible cash shops for items. I can't do the pay to win. I can't do the free to play scene anymore because I have figured out that free to play really just means pay to win. That's really all it means. So yeah, I'm not, like, there's some games that are coming out here. Some games that are coming out here soon. I'm not even bothering to follow.
Got my eyes peeled.
No interest.
See what they got.
All right. Open the the other guy's downed. Okay.
Time to play exterminator.
Can I take this guy out? I need to reload.
Reloading.
Nope. I need to have him down. I can't have. Good. Need to get the other guy out of the box.
I'm in a bad mood here.
I need to. Yeah, we need to get rid of him.
Throwing frag.
Okay.
Pure
Now,
talent.
now we're
Moving.
now we're making some progress. That was bad there for a minute.
Don't forget that kill timer. Gotta save everyone quickly.
Yeah. I'm gonna get to your kill time. Okay. Ooh.
Second pod's in range. Rescue commencing.
Oh.
Let's make this count. Right.
That's kind of a cool torture pod. I don't know how you're not dead yet, but okay.
Welcome back, soldier. Now grab a weapon. Still got a fight ahead of us. Now then.
How am I doing? What's up, Ease? I'm doing pretty good, man. Although I'm about to get all shades of fucked up here.
We're covered over here.
Having a bad day. Yeah. I derped.
Dead and gone.
Oh, I got lucky there. Oh. No. Come on.
Cleared him up. Enemy units incoming.
Oh.
All right. Snap to it.
I can't do that. I need to use one turn to come over here. I gotta free him up. I think the only game I want to play is Phantasy Star Online 2, and when Ash's creation comes out, that seems like fun. Yeah, Ash's big knock in the home run world that they need to hit is their Alpha 1 that's coming out this year. They need to crush. They need to crush their A1 showing. They had a couple of oopses with getting set up,
They won't get past me.
and so they need to get past that now. Pretty Ricky Tick.
Waiting orders.
Ash's Alpha is going to start next month for their Phoenix Initiative members, and then in June, July for their Braver of World backers, and then in the fall it's going to be everybody. Intrepid has taken some flack for having tiered access when they originally didn't sell it as tiered access, but it's like you can't unring a bell, right? You can't go back in time and fix verbiage that you realize was wrong. And the big thing for them is they know that they screwed up. They know that they screwed up with the Battle Royale,
On the move.
bringing on too many people, not having a good quality product. And unfortunately, they need to get that fixed. Well, if Steven could go back in time and, you know, if Steven could go back in time and say, oh, well, this is how I want to do alpha, he could do that. He could say, I want to have alpha 1 stress testing, I want to have alpha 1 quality assurance, and then I want to have alpha 1 general population. But he can't go back in time and change it. So people were giving him all shades of shit about, well, what happened to the Kickstarter earliest possible access. And the truth is that shit changes, right? Like you're trying to hold them to such a box, such a standard that nobody could meet that standard. So yes, I think Intrepid said a lot of things a lot of times that they shouldn't have. But Steven also has recently outright said he didn't hire producers. He was a new business owner. He heard a lot of horror stories about having producers get in the way of developers early on, like, and that is true. There are some producers who do kind of get in the way, and so he didn't have any in 2017, early 2018. Well, then what did he do? He went out and he headhunted producers, and he brought on who I think is one of the best producers in the MMO genre. He brought on Jonathan Lane. He goes by Babbletron, and he was a producer on Blade and Soul, and I was a Blade and Soul fan. I think he's the right person to have. I think Babbletron is the right guy to have there. Did they give up on the other game? They didn't necessarily give up on the other game. Apocalypse was always a testing ground, and again, it's another one of those. I think of Steven as a friend. He's the kind of guy that I could say that I like. If I lived in San Diego and I knew him, we'd probably be tabletop gaming together because he's a cool dude. You know. The thing is, said a lot of things, was very enthusiastic, talked a lot, and then realized the problem with promising the world is that people actually, you know, kind of expect you to deliver. So he should have stuck to what Apocalypse was originally intended to be, and that was a testing ground. They never should have monetized it. That absolutely crucified them. It came across as very scummy. So they thought they were trying to sell APOC as a standalone. They were, but it's this convoluted, how did we get here? Like, where are we, Waldo? Originally, and just so people don't think that this is all just bullshit, let me grab this link, because this is a link from 6 December 2018, and as soon as they mentioned how they were planning on doing Apocalypse, I was the first person. I was the voice of reason, and I'm gonna admit, I got right up in Steven's face about it. And I said, "Hey, we need to, you know, we need to chat because you're kind of presenting some bullshit here." I called him right out on it, and I said, "Why are you monetizing your battle royale if you already had a core viable product funded?" Well, part of that problem was the community wanted a proof of concept for the action combat. Because if you guys, I mean, you all know, what is it I always say about video games? You can have a game with tab target with great systems and people will forgive that it's tab target because people are like, it's 2020. Let's get out of tab target. Let's stop playing boomer games. You know, we need to be action. They say all these things about tab target games, and that's fine. Say your piece about tab target games, but you can have 7, 8, 9, 10 really good systems in the game, and it be tab target, and people are going to forgive the fact that it's tab target. But you can have 7 really great systems in a game, and if you have shitty action combat in your game, all you have is a shitty action combat game. People don't forgive bad action combat. They'll forgive tab, but they won't forgive bad action combat. So that's kind of like where APOC came from. But the egg on Intrepid's face is they monetized their BR before they built their BR. So they ended up with a game that nobody wanted to play because MMORPGers don't want to play a battle royale, and battle royale players want like minimum things in their battle royale games, like leaderboards. How do you release a battle royale without leaderboards and expect it to be treated seriously as a battle royale? So they released a product that should have just been a testing ground. They should have never tried to monetize it. I mean, I would have no problem if they tried to monetize it if they put like all of the cash shop efforts into the development, and they had, you know, you can't just have one map. You can't, like, are you fucking with me? You're trying to release a battle royale with one fucking map. That's not gonna work. So they had 2 maps, but mostly that second map was like oh shit, we need to hurry up and release another map because we don't have 100 people playing and we need to create a map for 20 players. But they learned their lesson. They took it down and they said, we're hearing the community. You guys are all about, you want to see the Alpha 1 progress. So they've moved Alpha 1 ahead in the development to before Castle Sieges. Now they're still going to do the Castle Siege mode, because Castle Sieges are like the core PvP system for guilds. It's like, I hate when people say, what's the end game? Because an open world sandbox game with player driven decisions doesn't really have a end game. Doesn't really have an end game. But if there was an end game, it'd be Castle Sieges for guild PvP, Node Sieges for non-guild PvP, the caravan system, arenas, guild wars, node wars, all these things. Did they fix the combat stuff, or is it tab target? No, man, they really did. They really did fix the combat. And everybody who knows me, happy to say, in the downtime that I haven't been gaming. Well, I've been gaming. I haven't been streaming. I have, in fact, gotten use of my bad hand is probably 70% now. I've been really working on and not being a clicker. So I'm getting there with that. I have a ton of wins. I had a ton of wins in the Battle Royale. Now there are a couple of people that aren't here, but I'll give them a shout out anyway. You know, Mayhem and who's the other guy? Somebody that deserves a shout out, but I'm not going to remember their name. But Mayhem over on the Ashes of Creation Discord, it actually got to the point where I hated playing because it was like 10 people and all the matches were turning out to be me versus Mayhem. Zara is another one. She frustrated my wife to no end because my wife got to level 50. My wife hates Battle Royale games, by the way, but she got to level 50. She wanted that sexy cosmetic. But Zara was always playing at the same time that my wife was playing, and my wife would rage, and it was always she couldn't get her. And I finally said, "Hey, you almost beat Danny, so you can play at that level." I I was not very good at the combat, so now I'm going to suck at the game. No, you're not, because check this out. This is a big thing, and maybe I need to do... Maybe now that you said that, I don't have a video to direct you to, so maybe I'm going to add to my list. Give me 1 second. Ashes 101 on combat. I think I'm going to do that, because you're like the 3rd or 4th person this week that I wish I had a video to send them to. I don't have a Ashes 101 on the combat system. I have it on the PvP system. So if you're a tab player, 75% of your skills can be tab skills. For the other 25%, Steven, who's the creative director, he considers any ground reticle, any non-target specific AoE, he considers that an action ability, which means things like the healing circle in Arcade, or meteor strike in Arcade, frigid tracks from Arcade, whirlwind strike, what the hell was the archer one? I'm gonna call it rain of arrows, or missile rain. Since missile rain didn't need a specific target, all of those would be action. So those would be abilities that you could flush out your kit with. So they are really cognizant of not having one set of abilities. With that said, I am hoping to dig into that in Alpha 1, because the combat system's supposed to be there. Now, I am going to say Ashes is probably falling behind again. Mainly, and I don't want to bust their chops. I'm not busting anybody's chops. It's like a Jahlon reprieve for all game development companies getting their chops busted. Having been a guy that had to coordinate people at 7 geographical locations, I understand the value of telework. I also understand there is a huge difference between looking the person in the face every day and being able to gauge their bullshit in body language and like how they conduct themselves versus like people can bullshit you on the phone. It's a little bit harder on a telecon, but it's almost impossible to bullshit a good leader when the person's face to face with you. And so I'm not going to beat up on any game company that has their people geographically separated. Now, that's a high level of not beating up on people, because I really want to beat up on some game companies, but I have to be equal. So either I beat up on nobody or I beat up on everybody. And I don't want to beat up on Square Enix, because they managed, while in isolation, they did manage to button up a patch and get it sent out, which is pretty, in my opinion, is pretty damn impressive. But the Yoshi, the producer, the executive producer, the god, he is the man of he is the man when it comes to Final Fantasy. He sits on the board of directors. He cannot be trumped. He cannot be overruled. They've literally said, Yoshi P, not only are you going to run Final Fantasy, but you're also going to have you're going to have board of directors insight into all of the games we do, which I think is absolutely amazing. But he outright said, I am not going to be able to deliver patch 5.3 on time. I can't do this because, let me actually I think it's important. Let me see. Nope, I want the actual letter. Yeah. And I think this sort of stuff is important to showcase for game companies. And this is how things should be done. This is absolutely how things should be done. This is producer and director Yoshida. First and foremost, all of you have been affected by the worldwide spread of novel coronavirus in any capacity. You have my deepest sympathies, and I wish those who have taken a quick recovery. That is genuine, authentic, like, you started it off right. Hey, I want to take a little pause. I want to take a stop. And then here in Tokyo, where the team is located, a state of emergency has been declared. and we've been ordered to take preventative measures to curb the further spread. Talk to me about what's going on, because as a gamer, I don't know Tokyo. I know Illinois, I know the Midwest, I know the US, I know North America, I don't know Japan. I don't know what's going on. As patch 5.25 was largely completed, we were able to implement the finishing touches. However, it was by a narrow margin that we did so. Only some staff had begun working from home with the release, while more were asked to stay at home and self-isolate. The patch was finished by those who had the ability to work remotely or come to the office safely. So, this is why we were able to do this patch, okay? And then, Final Fantasy relies on development and QA partners across the world. We must accept the situation will significantly impact our development schedule. And then here you go. Talk to me about why. Don't just say it's going to be delayed, but look at the detail. Because when you give detail, you're giving people more than just it's late. Delayed graphical assets, East Asia, North America, and Europe. Delayed voice acting, lockdown in cities in Europe. Tokyo staffs, blah, blah, blah. But he goes on to say it's delayed. I'm sorry. That is a lot better, in my opinion, than just we're late. Now, what you asked, did I hear that New World changed their whole philosophy on PvP because they underestimated the griefers that play MMOs? Okay, I need to be careful here because I have an NDA with New World. So how can I answer that? Yes. New World has changed their entire philosophy on PvP. Yes, New World New World is the new WildStar. And I'm going to say that so that then I can talk about WildStar and not break my New World NDA. New World is WildStar. In WildStar, sometimes it takes 3. In WildStar, when WildStar was in development, they didn't know who they were trying to please, so they spent all of their time trying to please everybody. And let's be honest about gamers. We have a spectrum. And on that spectrum, we have Care Bears, we have PvEers. Well, we have Care Bears with teeth, we have PvEers, we have PvXers, we have PvPers, we have griefers, and we have gankers. Now, gankers can go straight to hell. There is a special place reserved for you in hell if you're a ganker. A ganker is not a PvPer. A ganker is somebody who doesn't look for good fights, they look for kills. That is the level 50 who kills the level 32. And then you shake your e-peen and you brag about how elite you are because you have 20,000 faction kills. And the truth of the matter is there's tons of YouTube videos about you getting dunked and dumpstered by people, but you never like to get caught out in the real world. You like to holy hell, I got like a tornado outside. Jesus. If I disappear, guys, it's because my house has gone to Oz. You guys all hear that? I mean, I got a new phone box. That's crazy, man. I feel that shit gonna come through my walls. But I hate when people say that they're a great PvPer and then you ask them to see clips and they don't have any. And then you know, yeah, it's kind of cool, man. I got a new box. I got a new box for my mic. My mic lives in that box now. I know a lot of people were saying that they were constantly hearing like my air conditioner and my fans and stuff. So spent a couple of bucks. I have it on my list. I want to get a boom stand for my mic to get my mic up off the desk, bring it closer to my mouth. My mic is actually 3 times farther away from my mouth than it should be. So, but you ask people to see a clip of their elite PvP and they don't have any. But then they're like always talking about it in Discord or on the forums about how many kills they have. Well, I'm sorry. Those are the people like from Arcade, like Pokemon, that I had, or Pokedex, that I had videos on where it took 15 of them to kill me. It's like, how good are you now? How good are you? It takes 15 of you. So with that said, I am glad New World stopped, paused, took a look around. I know they've delayed till September, August 25th. I'm just gonna keep throwing out dates till I get it. Oh, did I delete it? I might have deleted it. Pokemon. Yeah, Chaos Gauge. What's up? The world. No, I must delete. But oh, is it still in my trash? No, probably. Yeah, I don't have it. We had gotten an email from New World, and they laid it all out. But the truth of the matter is it's not gonna do me any good until I can stream New World. And then hopefully, what I'm really hoping is that my community can do for New World kind of what they tried to do for Arcade Unchained. But I mean, we got some stuff fixed. We did. I mean, we legitimately did get some stuff fixed and identified. But yeah, they need to really dig in and figure out what they want to do, because then it's gonna warn me. Oh, I haven't gotten army yet, have I? Oh, he has his. Go back. Let's just back out altogether. But yeah, I hope New World stops, thinks about what they're doing. Oh no, I don't have armor yet. I get armor now. Because they have the opportunity. Here's why I want New World to be successful. And a lot of people are like, why do you want a game that's going to be directly competing with Ashes of Creation to be successful? I want New World to be successful because Amazon has an amazing game engine, and a lot of developers need to look at using Lumberyard, because Amazon has made Lumberyard free, so any developer can use it. It is specifically set up and designed to seamlessly integrate with Amazon Web Services, which means a lot of the bullshit that you have to do with getting set up is all taken care of for you already by the engine, by the company that owns the engine. Now, I know some people have said, well, that's not really cool for them to do, because now they want you're only going to be able to use Amazon Web Services, and that's absolutely not true. That's absolutely not true. It actually says it in the Lumberyard, the Lumberyard terms of service. You can use any server provider. You can use any server farm that you want. It's just the way they spell it out. The way we're going to make our money isn't by charging you anything for the engine. You don't have to pay a royalty. You don't have to pay a licensing fee. They said where we're going to make our money is when you lease server space from us. If you lease server space from us, great. If you don't lease server space from us, also great. Amazon Game Studios is there to help, small developers get going. I think New World has to be successful for people to actually believe that. So that's that part of it. Also, people with the new Lord of the Rings game. That's going to be a free-to-play game. It's coming out of China. I am really hoping that they reevaluate free-to-play. We are past free-to-play games with pay-to-win. We're done. We're done with that. We need to stop. We really do. All right. Now everybody has gear. So that's what I'm really hoping for. I'm hoping that New World is successful so that the Lumberyard... What are you doing? So the Lumberyard engine gets more utilization. But worried about New World. Do a little information out there about the content. All speculation about it seems launch will with a lack of content, clunky combat. Redline, I can't really even get into that because I have an NDA and it gets like real difficult for me to walk that line of having an NDA. All I can say is put like New World on your post-it note on the bottom of your monitor and then keep checking back, because as soon as I don't have an NDA, I'll be streaming it, I'll be talking about it. I will try to do what I did for Arcade Unchained and, you know, gather up questions from my community and then put them all forward as a block, and just say, hey, these aren't, like, I'm not going to submit questions where like, hey, I think this piece of armor needs 3 stamina and not 2 dexterity. It's bullshit. That's forum stuff. But I'm going to say, hey, from a bunch of people that are PvEers, you're missing the mark by. As a bunch of people that PvPers, you're missing the mark by. But I just don't remember what is public information right now and what isn't. So I got to abide by it. Anyway, give me 1 second. I need to jump up. I actually want to take a peek out the window, and I've been sitting for 2 hours. I will be back in like 1 minute. Yeah, right. 59, 58. I had to take 2 looks out my window. My neighborhood floods a little bit sometimes. There's a river like 400 yards that way. It was coming down so hard. Like last year or the year before, the river, like, this is what people need to understand. When you build in what used to be a cornfield and there used to be a river over there, you have to know the extent to where the river comes out at its greatest, or you need to like make the river deeper. And they didn't do either of those. And we had water, but the river's probably 400 yards that way. And when it flooded a year or 2 ago, there was water. The river came 200 yards on each side. And it was so bad, there were like nesting ducks in the expanded river. And so, yeah, I wanted to make sure that the street wasn't flooded. I mean, not that I can go anywhere. Not that I'm allowed to go anywhere. Are there New World videos on my YouTube channel? No. Unfortunately, like I said, I am under an NDA, so I don't make content. But I will be covering New World if the New World NDA comes down and it corresponds with the right timing. Of course, since it'll be new and I'll jump on it. I won't be doing New World 101. Not a website. I'll probably call my show New World 101. I like the 101 theme. But no, nothing up right now because like I said, once you're in, it's like once you're inside, you're in the know, and then you're trying to make stuff. You gotta. I've done this in the past. You gotta, like, everything you want to say in the video, you have to like cite and be able to cite like 2 different places. Otherwise, if they come along and they're like, you broke NDA, you need to have like, for me, it's easy because I just put my citations at the bottom of my PowerPoint slides. And so the one time I did get accused of breaking NDA, I just was like, hey, I'm about to send you a PDF with the notes. Check it out. And they came back and they're like, all right, it's all public knowledge, but we thought you broke NDA.
She shoots better than you. Okay, protect that truck.
Are they still letting people into the alpha? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Probably. I mean, I imagine they would. I mean, I imagine if they still need people. But unfortunately, I like that's another one I don't have. I don't have any like alpha keys to give out. I wish I did. I wish I was able to stream it. I That's one of the things I think I could bring them a lot of more pointed feedback with more than just like one person's opinion or a couple of people's opinion. And like I don't want to talk about New World. I want to talk about WildStar. I want to talk about WildStar. One of the problems you get is when you start making game design changes based on a vocal minority, you know,
So we're taking it, is what you're saying.
If that's what I was saying, I would have said it.
You're constantly swinging the pendulum. Sorry, my brain was like, where the hell did the thought go? If you're listening to the vocal, yeah, you overcorrect. So you think of it like a pendulum swinging, and you're like, okay, the PvPers are unhappy, so we're gonna swing, but we swing too much now. The PvEers are unhappy, and all you ever do is you have back and forth of just two really bad ideas. You have two really bad scenarios. You sometimes have to decide. Like, for example, who's your target audience with a MOBA? It's PvPers. There's no PvE MOBAs that I know about. Now, you can almost argue that Heroes of the Storm is a PvE MOBA because you can win a lot of Heroes of the Storm matches and avoid fighting altogether and just do the objectives. But, you know, with that said, most of the time your target audience with a PvP with a MOBA is PvP. A BR is PvP. Escape from Tarkov is a hardcore PvP game. Okay. I believe you. I don't think there's any PvE in that game. Or am I thinking of another game? What was that? What was that prison? Oh, I'm thinking. What was it? Scum. That. Scum was a game, and it was like getting all sorts of streamers in trouble, like just the what the fuck factor on Scum. Like people like one of the streamers was playing, and like that's why I have this on mature tonight because of the blood and the gore. Like I don't need issues with you know, getting yelled at because I didn't put the right rating on. But can I hit them from here? And no. Let's see. Like somebody was saying that they were playing Scum, and right there, in front of everybody, just dildo falls out of the guy's ass, and they were worried about getting their Twitch warning for not being on mature. But how would you even know? Like, how would you even know that was coming, right? Oh, it was you. Yeah, it was you. Okay. You know what I'm talking about. You're the guy. Like that's just like next level ridiculous what's going on stuff, right? So, how you haven't streamed it since. Yeah, I knew whichever streamer it was like, oh hell no, I'm not getting an infraction against my account because you're dumbass not telling me that. And then I knew the streamer hadn't streamed it since. But so you know what I'm saying. That was funny though. remember when you were talking about that? It's like, what the fuck, game? What the fuck are you doing to me, game? You'll be doing this.
Really?
Yeah, really? That's what I said. Shocked to the point of laughter. Yeah.
We'll go. I'm out.
When all else fails, use the chainsaw, right? At ease. Everyone wants to be Eve, have a balance between PvP and PvE, or at least appeal to both. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. And that is the big thing. The only game I see in the future, the only game I see in the future that has outright said that is their goal is Ashes. Steven has said that Ashes is a theme box. And at first I was like, why are we playing buzzword bingo, man? Why are we creating new terms? We have theme park, we have sandbox. Why are we creating new terms? You're not, like, honestly, it was kind of like, it was, who the fuck are you to start creating new terms for the genre before you even have a successful game released? And then I listened to what he said about what Ashes was, and I said, okay, you're gonna get theme box. What he said is that in a sandbox game, you have a box, you have sand, you get given some plastic tools, and you get told to build the world. In Ashes, the world is full of, the box is a toy box full of themes, and you use whatever themes you want to build your world. And I said, okay, I can get down with that. So caravans, like, you might not want your shit attacked by a caravan, so you never run the big missions. You never run the big caravans. You make, instead of making one trip, you make 100 trips, so you don't lose any of your stuff. Or maybe you don't ever use the caravan system. Instead, you use you sell stuff locally, and you buy and sell locally, so that you never have to risk it. But remember that the key phrase in Eve, and it translates to games that are trying to be like Eve, is those who risk it get the biscuit. If you want to make that big money, you have to be willing to risk a 7 billion-esque jump freighter full of stuff that you're jumping behind enemy lines to sell at the stations, right? For those that played Eve, you'll understand what the hell words I just used. But you can't be like, oh, I want the rewards, but I don't want to take the risks. And so I think theme box is okay. The way he said it, and then he validated it. So I'm good with that. And you're absolutely right. If you're trying to be a new game right now, but you're not bringing anything revolutionary to the market, then you're going to struggle. You are absolutely going to struggle. And I think the games that I'm following, I follow them because I follow them because they're going to be what I'm looking for, and then what my community follow. Like, the people who follow me for a reason. Yeah, 47%. Yeah, tell me again. There we go. So, like, you'll notice on my list of games at the bottom, I do not have Pantheon on there. I'm not following Pantheon. The reason why I'm not following Pantheon is I don't want to play another theme park game. I have my theme park. I have my theme park. I'm playing Final Fantasy 14. So that's it. I don't want a new theme park game to play. Camelot Unchained is such a clusterfuck right now. They're like, oh, we're broke, and so we're gonna focus on this other game. Oh, hope you don't mind. Hope you don't mind that we're, we're basically, the game that we were developing for you is basically fucked. We're gonna build this tower defense game, but then here's where the disingenuous part comes out. But don't worry, because everything we're developing for the tower defense game is going to be used in the MMORPG. Be like, okay, well, I just heard Intrepid say that, and that was a hard sell. That was a hard sell, but I can see it. But you're going to try to tell me that everything from a tower defense game is going to be applicable to a MMORPG? I don't think so. Whoa, you just got shot right in the face. So yeah, but you're absolutely right. Eve is dying now because of some bad decisions by the new owners. But Eve was what? The number one PvP spacefaring. Well, I wouldn't even say PvP spacefaring game. I will just outright say it was the number one game for PvP for a long time. You couldn't get better than Eve for PvP. Now, what caused Eve to not have as much of a following is some people have to be a person. They can't get down on being a spaceship, and I get that. I totally understand the idea behind you can't be a spaceship. Oh, come on. There we go.
Exterminated.
Bring it on, I'm ready. Watch it! Here they come!
What's the shelter in place stuff? Is there like a link or something that I can get a 25-cent rundown? Yeah, I tried to go back to Eve, but so much has changed. I really couldn't. Oh, the COVID. Okay. The fact that people have no choice but to stay at home. Oops. Oh, I can't ban it. Okay. We're gonna do this. Oh, damn it. I forgot the grenadiers do that too. That's my bad. That might have just been a big derp.
Standing by. Dead and gone. Frag out! Hostile down.
Alright. not gonna be able to close the other breach, because if I try to close, well, what do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, if I try to close the breach, I'm just gonna have to deal with another round of them, because I gotta can't kill these guys either. Ish. Who has moves left? Hey, who can you kill or fuck their day up? Oh, there's 5. Shit.
Ammo's low.
Yep, yes it is.
Guns dry.
You're kind of fucked, buddy.
Headed there now.
Yep. Alright, well, the good news is we're not going to have any more. That's like the only piece of good news we have right now.
Ammo's going dry.
Yeah, Ease, what's been going on with Pearl Abyss? Have they been like fucking with the game? I see a bunch of Eve stuff, like just stuff coming out, but oh well, that's a bad day. Wow, man, we are we are having a bad.
Let's finish this.
Oh, I should have. Oh, I don't have
I'm dying over here!
yeah, you shut up. Oh shit. We are fucked here, boys.
Good to go. Target down. I'm ready to go.
They're trying to, yeah. One of the biggest problems with Eve is that if you don't maintain Eve properly, if you don't maintain a healthy influx of fights, then the economy just gets saturated. But at the same time, allowing like Goon Swarm to come into high sec and pop, like, the complaint everybody always had was that Goon Swarm could come into high sec, pop people that were mining, and there was really no consequence for it because they could do it with a bunch of what was the Minmatar frigate that was just ridiculous with small autocannons, or somebody could go to a belt in like a 0.5 system and they could a smart dummy. If people had their ships all grouped up, people would like fly a Dominix through, land, smart bomb, and leave, and then they had these long warps back and forth, and it would just Concord couldn't get them. Well, that's exploiting. It's plain and simply exploiting, because you're not dying to oh, god damn it. You're supposed to die to Concord. So they used to outright say, if you're avoiding death to Concord, oh, they get you now? They finally figured that out. That's good. That's a good fix then.
Scout here.
Yeah, because it still takes Concord a little bit to actually decide to pop the thing. Yeah, that was always something that I said you needed to fix that outright. No fucking around, no going around Concord, no bullshit. Just get the damn thing fixed.
Keep your head on a swivel. They're coming from the other side.
I mean, I remember when people used to tank Concord, like just outright tank them, and then CCP said, "Oh hell no to that." Like, but I remember when originally Concord would come out and they'd like sensor jam you and sensor damp you, so people would literally just running we're running smart bomb builds and max tank, like tier 1 shit, and then Concord, it would take so long for Concord to pop the first ship that people were able to just, you know, fuck around with it. It was an irritation.
Scanning now.
But I mean, that's not the solution. Like, that's not the solution. I always said that it should just be a hard no. And when people are like, well, how is it a hard no? Well, your targeting system doesn't, like, Concord ignores you if your corporations are at war. So just make it so while you're in high sec, Concord says no. She's so fucked up. I'm gonna lose that one. Go and die. But just be like, no, target lock unavailable. Not a lawful component, not a lawful combatant.
Ammo's low. Bagged and tagged. Lay it on me.
I'm dying over here!
Sure thing.
Good assist.
Yep.
I gotta put the dogs out. Doggos? Yeah, I'm glad I don't have doggos today.
Need a reload.
Man, it is coming down. Oh no.
Come on, get me in there.
Acknowledged.
Every now and again I think I can hear that wind. Man, yeah. My I'm not gonna lie, the wall, so this is an internal wall. I'm right next to my staircase, but that's an external wall, and a couple of times I've heard like the creaking. I'm like, that's not good, man. Like that's not good at all. You need to calm down there. Calm down there, calm down there, wind. It also sucks. I can never figure out why I would have this thumping in some of my videos. And it was really obnoxious, right? it was irritating me. And it turns out it's the kids playing basketball diagonally behind me. There's no house between us. So when they are dribbling the ball, it's just rattling the back of my house. And I was like, oh, well, when I move to the other room, no, it won't, because the same damn side of the house. But there'll be things I can do in there. Take care of that sound. But yeah, it is obnoxious when I'm trying to cut a video. And I finally got it so the mic doesn't hear it, but I still hear it. So it's like trying to cut a video with a basketball dribbling in my ear. Thump 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 thump.
The last of them. Clear them out.
Taking tracks. Let's do this again sometime.
But yeah, that's the part of the thing is I wanna build a new house so that I can build an internal room and make it a studio when I build the house. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to build a house around here.
Station secure. Now,
I don't know if I can buy a house around here. Truthfully, there's gonna be probably a bunch available for foreclosure prices.
No. And you know why.
So there's going to be a lot of houses, I think. The wife and I have decided we're going to stay in Illinois. We were going to go to
looks like we came just in time.
Florida. Originally, we were going to go to Orlando. And then I was like, well, if we go to Orlando, why the hell would we ever stay at a Disney resort again? And my wife was like, okay, we're not going to Orlando. I wanted to go out to Nevada.
But no discipline. If we hadn't picked up your distress call, you would have been overrun.
But it's,
We can help each other.
expensive.
Join us.
All right. Here's what I see. A bunch of lost fascists so desperate for warm bodies, they want to conscript civilians. You're hunting that crazy locust.
Ukon.
So,
What do you know about him?
but yeah, it's been a good time. I will say, for all of my content creators out there, you gotta make that decision to not give up. I stopped making content. Well, I never stopped making content. I just slowed down to like monthly. And then I lost a lot of traction. And you can't do that. Like I said earlier in the show, I'm bleeding YouTube subscribers right now because all of the people who used to follow me for ArcAge, they're all leaving, which is fine. I mean, I'm not making ArcAge content, so if they were only interested in ArcAge content, can't expect them to stay. With that said, need to turn it around. I've been doing whatchamacallit, game reviews. I need to figure out a little special sauce for the game reviews. The game reviews, like I said earlier, they're not like my strongest performing videos. I need to figure out what do I gotta tweak? What do I gotta change to make those a little bit more appealing to viewers. But it's also getting into the routine again. It's streaming again. It's like this game. Obviously, I'm not the guru of Gears Tactics. The game came out today. It's a great game. As you can see, I'm able to play it and stream it at the same time. If I wasn't streaming, the matches would be going a lot faster. I'd probably be playing on just a little bit higher difficulty as well. But I'm really the MMO guy. I'm the MMO guy. That's what I need to get back to. That is what I want. That is what I want to get back to. But I gotta have a game to do it, right? God, I gotta be able to. I gotta have a game I can work with. Hopefully New World a little bit. Fractured is looking pretty good. I'm just waiting for the June update on that. They're gonna have their player driven cities in. I need demons in my life. I need to talk to Prometheus and be like, look, I need a demon. I backed your game because I was promised demons. So give me a demon. When an ally dies, this unit gets 3 actions. I will take that. Take that right now. Okay, run in a straight line twice. And yep, there we go. All right. Why do you still have an arrow? Oh, because you're always going to have an arrow. Oh, yeah, because I didn't put armor on. Helmet. Confirm. No, I don't have a helmet for you. Upper. Blitz. When this unit does not take a shot for a turn, the unit gets 30% chance to gain 1 action stone the next turn. I think I kind of want the % evasion. You're making me want to buy Gears Tactics. Looks fun, man. I am going to tell you, it is fun. I will always, like, you can tell, and I was really torn about the Diablo review that I did. I didn't want to shit on Diablo because Diablo is an amazing game. I did not want to shit on Diablo. With that said, you can't lie to your viewers. So I outright tell people at the very beginning of the video, I was like, I wish there was a bunch of good stuff I can say, but there's not. I don't want to talk about a game with 23-year-old graphics, but the fact that it says high resolution graphics doesn't really mean anything. Somebody told me today about a Diablo 2 mod that makes the game more playable. Now I just need to find my Diablo 2 or just find a place I can buy it. But I think the important part is to be authentic and be genuine. So if I'm sitting here playing a game for 2 hours and 30 minutes, I'm obviously not, like, you know, I'm not flashing ads. I'm not, you know, asking people for subs or bits. I'm just here hanging out, talking, giving people somewhere to go. I see a lot of streamers, and I'm not trying to throw shade on my colleagues, but I see a lot of streamers that they kind of have me going like, WTF, mate? You're kind of more interested in the money than you are about putting on the good show. You can buy it off Blizzard Digital Download. Blizzard Digital Download. Games. Diablo 3, all other games. Let me drag this over here so I'm not looking off to the side. Let's see. You know what would be amazing? Diablo 2. Does this have the buy it now. They want for this. They want $20 for Diablo 2 and the expansion, and then I can install that mod. Yeah, we might do that. See, I got my notepad out too, guys. D2. So that's good stuff. Thank you for that. I went looking for it. You need to get past your own issues and get back to streaming because 4 of the streamers you clicked on never said a word. Here's the thing, and me not a word. Yeah, that's if you're. I don't know if you've seen this, and I don't know if there's anybody lurking that's a content creator. But one of the big things that I did is, man, I'm so thankful to my community because my community was always giving me feedback. But this is the stuff that I put together for content creation, getting started with content creation. And one of the biggest things, if you're going to be a content creator, you got to have a camera. And I say that because nobody wants to listen to a talking screen. And I don't care if the only reason you knew is because I wanted to play so much to play Diablo 1, 2, and 3. No, I appreciate that. I don't care if you don't have your face on the screen, but you need to put a camera up there and put something in there. Put your character, like you see Chibi down here in the corner. Put your icon, draw an icon, get somebody to draw you an icon. Put something in the box so people have something to relate to. Otherwise, you're just listening to a talking screen, and that's why you're not getting any engagement. And then one of the big things I yell at Wolfus all the time about. I go to Wolfus is streaming. I don't see her. She doesn't have her camera on, and she said, "Hey." He's like, I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment and where I had to put my desk for, she's getting into VR. I need, she needs a green screen. I said, okay, well then you need to make the money for it. And then that's cool. I gotcha. But, I didn't put the, Yeah, I need to restart the mission. I have the wrong person in. Okay, I'm not an Iron Man. Yeah, obviously a face is built for radio. Unless you have one of those radio voices. I noticed 2 streamers that have radio voice. Yeah, I mean, exactly. But people don't want to come to Twitch. Wait, do I have her with me? No. People don't come to your Twitch channel to just watch you game and not talk. They're there for the entertainment. And if you don't believe that, they want to see you and they want to hear you, and they want to engage with you. That's the big part. They want to engage with the streamer. Otherwise, I mean, here's the trick. You can just go and play a video game. You don't need to sit there and watch somebody play video games. Most streamers want to pop in, like the guy earlier. Guy popped in. Why'd you leave Arcage? Gave him an answer. Thank you. He wants an answer. It's like if I was playing this and somebody popped in. If somebody came in and started talking to me about Fractured, we would have a conversation about Fractured. If somebody came in and wanted to talk about we've talked about New World, Eve. We've talked about COVID. What else do I have on my list today? Nothing. I've talked about the meat. I've talked about just bits and pieces. People want to come in and they want to be engaged. It's like, make me laugh, clown. The people want entertainment. So make them laugh. You. Yep. You're gonna go on the bridge. This is I think this is the last. No, I did one more after this. So all these are, the cool part is, and I've realized I probably need to in the future, if I'm going to play a turn-based game, I probably need to play through it. Like the other night playing Battletech, that was pretty rough. That was pretty rough, trying to talk, chat, and win. Plus I streamed for 5 hours and I was starting to get loopy. But the thing I gotta, maybe on turn-based games, is I need to play through the night before. Do the homework, and then when I'm streaming, it'll be easier. I can do more engaging. But I'm gonna be streaming on Tuesdays now for a bit. I'm gonna try to get back in the habit of streaming weekly, and then as soon as all this insanity is over, figure out what I'm gonna do. Unfortunately, the big thing is, my kids haven't been to school for my kids haven't been to school for like 48 days, 42 days. I lost count. And I love my kids. I mean, obviously, I love my kids. But you're talking about living in a 2,000 square foot house with like no me spaces. So yeah, we have no me spaces here. And I have a teenage daughter. And a lot of times I have two teenage daughters. I have my daughter's best friend is over here most weekends, which is fine. She's part of the family, but I don't have an office. I don't have a me space. It's like everything is people walking past. If I'm watching a movie, like our downstairs is there, and then my bedroom's on the top. But then my bedroom is my wife and mine space. And you all know how it is. Especially if you're married, you know how it is. Even my wife and I, we talk about this. We joke about it. My wife and I love each other. We love each other dearly. But we need to get the fuck away from each other, okay? We've been quarantined together for, hold on, I actually want to do the math. My wife and I have been quarantined together. So 28 days for this month. And then, 18, so that's 46 days. My wife and I have been together every day for 46 days. Now, I'm retired. I'm always at the house. But my wife goes out and does stuff. She goes to lunch with friends. She shops. She does stuff. She was supposed to take the girls to see the grandparents. Okay? All those little bits and pieces of activity that haven't happened. Okay? Absolutely, positively killing me. So as soon as this thing is over, like my wife was supposed to take a trip with her best friend. They were supposed to go to Florida no, it wasn't Florida. They were supposed to go somewhere. I don't remember where they were going. I don't remember where they're going. I know she told me. I just don't remember where it is. But they were gonna go like for a ladies' weekend away, and then that got canceled on them. And I feel bad that got canceled. But yeah, you can't be with your spouse every single day for 48 days. You can't. Like, or 46 days. She's all excited when she goes and like buys the groceries, and I'm all excited too. Like today, I took a walk. We walk as a family every day. Today, I took a walk on my own. You know, like I love you. I love you, kids. I love you. Get the fuck away from me, would you? Please get the fuck away from me for like, a couple of hours. I love you. I'm still gonna love you, but it was like, usually your kids go to school in the summer. Your kids go to the pool. Like right now, we don't even know if the pool in town is gonna open. So we don't know if the pool's gonna open. We don't know what the kids are gonna be able to do for, enrichment or engagement. The little one, we don't know if there's gonna be any camps that the little one can go to. Target obstructed. You're not gonna be able to take a clear shot, are you?
Support on hand. Ammo's low.
Yeah, just shoot him. Well, stop missing.
Reporting. On my way.
But like we're supposed to be at Disney in 33 days. I am going to go with the assumption that Disney is not going to be open in 33 days. Now, I haven't canceled my plane tickets yet. I haven't canceled anything yet because they might open in They might open in 15 days. And then I'm gonna have my tickets, and then I'm gonna go down there. I will, like, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people say, well, would you really risk it? Risk what? You know what I'm saying? Risk what exactly? Go somewhere and risk getting sick? Oh man, you can't hit nothing. But you know, you'd go to Disney and you'd risk your family. I don't really view it as a risk. My family is just at risk. Like, the curve of this damn thing, everybody's gonna have to get sick. You're just gonna have to get sick, and you're just gonna have to beat it, and that's just the way it is. They're not gonna have a miracle cure within the next 3 weeks. I mean, even if they do get to the point where they have a cure, all right, they're not gonna be able to just belt out. They're not gonna be able to just belt out. You know, millions of doses of it, and that's the thing that they don't let you know. They're talking about, oh well, we're here at Johnson & Johnson, here at Bayer, here at Abbott Laboratories, here at all these places. Jesus, it's something, please. We're working hard to get a cure going. Yeah, well, even when you get the cure, you're not gonna, it's not gonna be like, okay, everybody show up at your local hospital and get your shot. Like, that's just not gonna happen. That's just being silly. If that's your expectation, then you're just being ridiculous. And yeah, there's nobody that can get through all the required tests in 3 months. Yeah, I mean, so I was told that the governor of my state has a plan for distance e-learning for the kids come the fall. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm a teacher. My daughter will tell you that I'm a pain in the ass teacher, and that's fine. She can, like, she'll attest to the fact that I make my kids work for it. There's nothing easy. With Jay as your in-house teacher, there's nothing easy. My kids are getting maybe, well, my older daughter is getting maybe 40 minutes of homework a week, or 40 minutes of homework a day. She's an 8th grader, second semester 8th grader. She's getting maybe 40 minutes of homework a day on average. There's days that the teachers just don't even bother giving her homework. Well, how are you going to tell me that you're going to have distance learning ready for the fall? You know, would I trust a cure that they rush through the mandatory tests? Fuck no. I would not trust a cure. I would not trust a cure that got pushed through FDA approval. Hell no, I would not. Absolutely would not. Okay, hold up. Let's... You? Boom. We're just making a mess on them stairs. I mean, they're, what did we just see? I mean, what did we just see in the world? They allowed any company that could come up with any sort of test for antibodies for this. And there were 100 different tests on the market, and 4 of them were accurate. Well, why are you sending bullshit tests to, why are you sending bullshit tests to hospitals? So yeah, the hopes of a cure in a few months is ridiculous. You know, I just have to hope. I have to hope that, you know, my kids don't pick it up. My daughter and my wife are both susceptible to, you know, upper respiratory infections. So really, every time we have to go out, every time we have to leave the house, every time one of us has to leave the house, it's a risk. Guess what? Wear a mask, wash your hands, don't touch your face. Practice good, you know, practice good just precautions. And you reduce your risk by so much that there's no reason to be in hysterics. But you know what's funny? And I'm gonna jump on my soapbox now. This is what just makes me fucking laugh about this country. So we were in Walmart when all this shit was, oh no, not directing at me. It's absolutely, you know me, man. Talk, chat. I'm not gonna take it personal. You're bringing up points. I love it. We were in Walmart when all this shit was starting to happen, and I you know, military guy, I kind of saw the writing on the wall. I was like, yeah, this kind of fucked. Let's go and let's stock up on a bunch of stuff. So my wife and I went and we stocked up on, you know, 3-4 boxes of instant potato. 3-4 boxes of instant potatoes. 3-4 boxes of, you know, rice. 3-4 boxes of ramen. And it's all stuff that, you know, it's all stuff that won't go bad and we eat and will eventually eat, you know. I saw people in the Walmart with 20, 30, 40 bottles of soap in their cart. And the thing that I find amazing about that is people would be like, yeah, but you bought a bunch of food. Yeah, I bought a bunch of food. We also bought one 32-ounce bottle of liquid soap. Because my wife and I are both prior medical. We know how long one 32-ounce bottle of liquid soap lasts. We have 4 bottles of soap in our house. We have 1 in each bathroom. We have 3 bathrooms, and then we have 1 in the kitchen. So quite literally, we were set up for, you know, we had the 4 bottles of soap we have were all half to 3/4 full in March. It's foaming soap. It's literally 1 pump soap. I just refilled the first one this week. That's April 28th, and it was March 13th when I bought the bottle of soap. So all these people that bought 20 bottles of soap, 40 bottles of soap, all I can say to you is, are you a dirty scumbag that never washes your hands? So, because you had no idea, like, you legit had no idea what your soap consumption was. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're buying 20 bottles of soap. You just bought, like, no shit, like a 4-year supply of soap. What's wrong with you? The people that were buying, like, what I don't understand is everybody in this country uses the bathroom every day. And they, you know, need toilet paper. You suddenly now need 300 rolls. If everybody had just bought their standard normal usage amount of toilet paper, Charmin wouldn't be putting ads on Twitch saying, don't worry, toilet paper's on the way. We're working hard to get caught up. Now all the people are being told, like I said earlier in my show, meat production in this country is dropping because the people who work at the processing plants are sick. So they're shutting the plants down to figure out who's sick, who's not. How do we clean the plant? When do we bring people back to work? Meanwhile, what did I see? 2 million chickens and 70,000 hogs were slaughtered because they're just in the way. They're literally just in the way of the production line. And it's similar to oil wells. When oil dropped below $0 last week and they were paying people $38 a barrel to take the oil off their hands, that's because the wells, before they can be shut down, they have to have headspace, they have to have primer, a big long fucking engineering and scientific explanation of pressure. Well, nobody wanted oil. They literally, the whole global economy, the logistics supply line of refineries were like, we don't need any, we're full. Like the airports, if you guys don't realize how quickly airports turn over aviation fuel, they're receiving fuel every single day. It's like, okay, tank 1 today, tank 2, tank 3, and then tank 4. We're issuing on 1 today, we're receiving into 4, and then 4 will get filtered and circulated and settled, and then tomorrow we're on tank 2. We are going to receive into 1. The next day we're on 3. We're going to receive into 2. They're just doing that. Well, now airports are like, time the fuck out. Every airline has cut half their flights, so we're only selling half as much fuel. We don't need to buy any. Well, now the refinery is like, we just lost half our customers, so they're like, we don't need crude. And so all these places, these super tankers are chugging around the ocean now, praying that when they get to where they were going, right, that the place that they're going is going to be able to offload their tanker. USAA just gave out $520 million to their customers and said, hey, since y'all aren't driving and y'all haven't been getting into accidents, here you go. Here's some money. And I was like, that's kind of cool. But yeah, so people aren't realizing that we are completely, oh, look at me, I'm on the screen in the chat. People aren't realizing that meat production is down, toilet paper production is up. You know, companies are having a hard time. Like I said, I can't get the Arizona tea that I drink. It's on wherever it is. It disappeared. I don't know if they're not producing it. I don't know if they're waiting on something from China to make more of it. But I can't get my tea. I'm down to, I think, 8 boxes. There's 10 packs in a box. That's 80. I only have 80 bottles of water left. I had to order the Snapple. That is kind of not as good. Anyways, I'm gonna jump up real quick. I've been doing really good, guys. I've lost a ton of weight. Talk about that in a second. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Just like to get up periodically and stretch. Oh, a couple of things while I'm on it. You see my Maximum Screamage shirt. I am hopeful. Universal Studios sent out a thing. They are hoping to be able to do their Halloween Horror Nights. That has become my family vacation with me and the kids. My daughter loves haunted houses. My daughter is a sociopath. She laughs when people lose limbs in movies. It's so damn funny. She, like in Saw, the guy loses his arm, and she's laughing about it. I'm like, twisted. But we started going to Halloween Horror Nights, and she loves it. She says she doesn't, but she wears her shirts with pride. She can't get her shirt unless she does all 10 haunted houses. That's my rule. Got to do all 10 haunted houses in a night. So I was really stoked to find out that they have every intention of being open in October. I don't know how they're going to do that. That's a lot of people bumping up against each other. And that's right when they're afraid that the second wave of this is going to hit. But before we get to the second wave, healthy, man. I am stoked. Last April, I weighed 258 pounds in April. And I went to the doctor. I wasn't feeling well. I went to the doctor and I said, what's up, doc? And he said, he talked about the problem I was there for that day. And he's like, I got to talk to you about something else. I was like, all right, that's kind of weird. And he's like, do you want to see your kid graduate? And I said, well, yeah, why? He's like, because you're like one prime rib dinner away from dropping dead, dude. I got your cholesterol results here. Your cholesterol is god awful. He was cool about it. He was like, dude, you're fat. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it for you. You're fat. Ouch. He's like, you need to lose weight. He's like, you're at least 70 pounds overweight. And I was like, I'm not. He's like, you're 258. Shut up. Like, ugh. So last April, I went on a diet. I got down as low as 208 last year. And then they changed my meds a little bit. They changed my meds up a little bit. So I put a little bit back on. And now I am excited for 1 May. Because I only weigh myself on the first of the month. Otherwise you start freaking out. You're chasing pounds. You're chasing water weight. But with all this, Corona, right? I knew on 1 April this year, I was 221. So still really good down from last year. And I am stoked because I can't wait. I'm looking forward to 3 days from now. I'm hoping I'm under 215, right around 212. I've been running strong, so yeah. Everyone else, I challenge you. This is my challenge. It's not the ice bucket challenge. It's the Jahlon challenge. Make sure you're walking. Make sure you're eating. Make sure you're eating right. You know, take care of yourself. You have all this time. If you're not working due to COVID, then, you know, take the time. Go look after yourself. You can go for a walk. And, you know, you can go for a walk, lose some weight, feel better about yourself. Let's see. Started off at 278, and last year I got down to 225, 268, and I'm back down to 248. There you go, man. There you go. Even if, and a lot of people beat themselves up for that, but here's the positive part of that. Ready? And it's gonna sound silly. You started off at 278, you got down to 225, and when you let yourself go, you only got back up to 268. You still lost 10. That's the important part. You still lost. You net lost 10. Challenge accepted. Good. I'm gonna be doing. Oh shit, dude. Bag out. Oh no, I'll let them get closer. But you know, if that's gonna be something you're gonna see on the Discord here and on the 1st of May, I'm gonna challenge some people and be like, hey, you know, why doesn't everybody try to lose? Like, my challenge for May on 1 May in the Discord is going to be 8 pounds. Can everybody lose 8 pounds? Everybody that needs to lose 8 pounds. Not everybody needs to lose 8 pounds. Can everybody that needs to lose 8 pounds lose 8 pounds in the month of May? And I think the answer is yes. I think everybody could put forth a little bit of effort and could lose some weight. This time around, a much healthier outlook and expectation. You also have the time, and that's the big one. This time around, we're under quarantine. And I don't know how many more weeks your quarantine lasts. I don't know if you're under quarantine. I know my quarantine, like I said, we were told last week that May 30th, our governor isn't fucking around. He was like, we're quarantining until May 30th. Don't even ask. He's like, I'm going to start opening up some stuff, but I'm not opening up the whole state. Don't ask me to. It was also weird, man, because It's weird. Remember when all this started? They let hardware stores and home improvement stores stay open, so that they wanted people at their houses, like working on their houses, which I thought was cool. But now they're opening up greenhouses in nurseries, and I don't exactly understand why we need to have greenhouses and nurseries open, unless they want people, like, you know, unless they want to give people some options to like work on their houses. You know, like their landscaping, which I think the big part about what my governor needs to do is he needs to vocalize again, like Yoshi did with the letter. He needs to vocalize, like, I'm doing this because. You're going to start a modified One Punch Man challenge: 100 push-ups, 100 exercises, ball sit-ups, 100 squats, and run 10K. I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do for the run. Yeah, I mean, I understand. I definitely understand that. For 100 days? Ooh, no, I can't do that. Not the run, at least. That'll kill you, man. You can't run 10K every day for 100 days. But yeah, figure out something to do. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. You could do 10 intervals, 10 walk, 10 runs for 100 days, and you will feel that. You probably won't be able to do that every day for the first couple of hundred. For the first couple of days, your body will be like, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
I'm listening. Out of ammo.
Dude.
Okay.
I can't get it in there. I don't want to waste the grenade because I know I'm going to need the grenade. I'm going to execute this guy. Take his head off. Boom! No head. You're taking your workouts from a cartoon? Hell yeah, man. That's funny. That is funny. Okay. So we're gonna use your extra turn to reload that.
Yep.
Reporting in.
I missed.
Oh, you all suck. What did I do? Bring my stormtroopers with me?
Proceeding
But
on foot.
can grenades bounce? No, grenades won't bounce. They stick to where you put them.
I'm empty. All right, they're up.
I mean, at least I haven't seen one bounce. I'm not gonna say that without a shadow of a doubt they won't bounce. You were doing CrossFit? Yeah, man. CrossFit is brutal. This guy does CrossFit with his one eye.
All right, they're down. Give that van a push so we can get moving.
Give that van a push.
Right.
Yeah, you got
Anybody
orders for
there?
me?
Go, football player. I don't know why you're wearing. Push the van. Football player, I push the van. Got a coach.
Well, good thing they left the e-brake off. Come on, warehouse is just ahead.
Checkpoint reached. Yeah, there's a couple of people in my neighborhood who do CrossFit all the time. They do like they've got like the sled and they drag the sled around. They've got the big tires in the yard, the sledgehammers with the tires. Like well, obviously I've got a lot of military in my but some of them, man, some of them, I don't know what's up with them, but they got some problems. Some of them CrossFit people. We have for my small ass town, we have an amazing CrossFit gym. I'm gonna be honest. I'm 40. I'm not doing CrossFit. I'm not gonna happen. I'm not gonna survive it. And I'm not. It's like I went for 2 runs last week because the weather was nice. I was gonna run today because the weather was really nice, but then I realized I was streaming, so if I ran, I might be tired, and I didn't want to be tired. Like I didn't want something to get in the way of the stream, and then me be like, I don't want to be here, because I'm streaming once a week instead of 3 times a week, so I want to be here. I want to be focused on here. But last week when I ran, man, I was just dying. Like this is not fun. This is not as fun as I remember it. I mean, there's biking. There's, I don't know if, well, they're not open now, but like some pools, they have lane walking. Lane walking is really good for you. That burns a lot of calories. I mean, that burns a ton of calories if you're lane walking.
Come get me.
Support on hand. In transit. Should be useful.
This guy's gonna, if this guy breathes, he's gonna die. Good luck, son. Wow, there are a lot more of them than I had considered. Yeah, CrossFit has got leg stuff every day. It's got everything every day. It's ridiculous. Like why do people put themselves through this? Is really what the question is. Oh, I can't reach him. All right, you're just gonna have to get shot in the face. All right, you're just gonna have to take one for the team, buddy. Sorry.
No contact. Going round.
Lay it on me.
Lay it on you. Okay. We're all gonna die. You don't hurry up because we've got 8 turns, and I don't think I'm not gonna be able to bonus this one.
On it.
I don't see you can't kill him. Might as well annoy him. Plan a charge on those fuel tanks.
Oh yeah, I got enough for all of y'all.
You know, I'll be honest, if oh, look at that. Pro Feeder League. Thanks. If I didn't mention you, yeah, if I didn't mention you live, but I did. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't think I know you. I like to know people, but I appreciate that. I did get my affiliate back, which was really cool about that. Thanks for the awesome YouTube content. Oh, cool. I'm glad you like it. That's why I do it. Which was really cool about it when I had to de-affiliate my channel. And now the thing that sucks is I was so far into the paperwork of getting taken care of, and then with this COVID thing. Yeah, the thing is that I have almost all the paperwork done to form a corporation, and then once this COVID insanity is over, I will finish that up and then get the bank accounts for it, and then all of the money that I make will go to the corporation. So I won't have the issue that I was having. Oh no. But dude! Ooh, damn! Yeah, well, I won't be making income. That's the piece to it. I won't be making income. The corporation will be making income. And then that means I'm not screwing my own personal finances. I'll have it. A C corp is a taxable entity, so that's the key part to the equation. So yeah, the channel will fund itself. The nice part about that is that everything will then become everything will become above board, and we won't be doing anything that could get me in trouble, or if there's other streamers that need to do, like, if there's things that need to happen for other streamers, then it's a lot easier because I'll have a taxable entity that can accept the money, pay the taxes on it, but it just won't have any employees. And not having any employees makes things a whole lot simpler. So like if somebody were to want me to, like, let's just say some company wanted me to come out to PAX and to speak at a panel at PAX or represent their game at PAX or whatever, then they would send I would travel, and then I would send if they were going to pay me, they would send the check to the corporation. If they were only going to reimburse my travel, they could give that directly to me. So because I can get my travel reimbursed, I just can't make money, income. So yeah, that should all be resolved this year, which then is going to require a complete Patreon, cover or redo, but that'll be fun. And I like where we're going with it. So yeah.
How about putting up a little fight?
Now I just need to get everything fixed. Something in my way? Yeah, it is exciting. It really is. I mean, made me happy to not have. I thought that there was going to be, like, a certain level of circus involved. Yeah, the big problem is that the tax code changed. They changed the tax code, so you're like, even when you're trying to talk to people, you're like, hey, I want to do this, and they're like, well, you can't do that with the tax code. And then you're like, well, what about this on this page in this new instruction? And even professionals, they're like, streaming is just becoming like, and this is gonna sound so bad, Yeah, the government changed something on me halfway through. No way. I know, right? I'm fucking imagine that. But no, streaming is just starting to become mainstream enough that lawyers are starting to figure out the laws that they need to know for helping streamers. Because the truth of the matter is, a lawyer doesn't really want to get involved unless, you know, unless they're sure they're gonna make money. Because they're in the business of making money for themselves. And I'm not trying to, you know, not trying to shit on lawyers, but if they can make a guaranteed 50,000 over here, or, you know, guaranteed 50,000 over here, or maybe some money on this guy over here, they're gonna of course take the guaranteed 50,000. Well, I don't begrudge them for doing what's best for them, but like even the first law firm that I was trying to deal with, they clearly didn't give a shit. They didn't give a shit. Have fun. Hopefully catch your next stream. Cool, that'd be great. I'd like to start seeing the regular faces. Really start seeing the regular faces every week. You know, that's gonna be good. Uh-oh. My wife said this is for later, but it's for the reopening of Disney parks. How's that gonna be later? The dates. All I want is dates. My wife sent me this big long article. I just want a date. Is there a date? Mandates phase 1, 50% capacity. So how are they gonna figure out who can come to the park and who can't? No, my wife is trying to cobble together. My wife is trying to cobble together. Okay, none yet, just info. Yeah, my wife's trying to cobble together our vacation. But here's the thing, and you guys know, if I have a plan for everything, you guys know, you're gonna laugh at this, those of you that know me. So my daughter's graduation, it's her 8th grade graduation, and we were getting set up to go to Disney. And now all this shit happened. Well, we booked a second trip for July. And the thing about it is, we were just upfront and honest about it with them. We're like, hey, we're supposed to come down in June, but we don't think you guys are going to be open. So do you have a problem with us booking a second trip for July outside of the 60-day window of our first trip? And they were like, no, book, as long as you're only going to book one extra, book for whenever you want. So we're supposed to arrive on 31 May and stay for like 8 days. And so we have one for 31 May booked, and then we have one for 28 July booked. So the funny part is that my wife's gonna get another trip there for her birthday again, because we had to change, we had to shuffle. World, Orlando. So we're big Disney fans. We're really, really big Disney fans. But hopefully we find out in the next couple of days. I just saw that thing where it said in phase 1 the parks can only be open to 30% or to 50% capacity. Well, that's fine, but who the fuck gets to decide who gets to go? Like, I want to tell Disney outright, if I'm guaranteed to go to the park every day, I will come down in June. But if you're gonna try some like next level like bullshit where I come down and I'm not guaranteed to go, if I'm not guaranteed to get, oh my god, that is a holy shit.
That was pure refined emotion.
If I'm not guaranteed to get into the park every day, then just tell me that, and you're either gonna cut me an amazing fucking deal on my everything else, or just tell me I'm not guaranteed to get into the park, and I will like adapt from there. Like if they tell me, yes, Mr. Jahlon, you are, because you booked yours at X date, you are guaranteed to get into the park every single day. I'll be like, okay. The new Star Wars stuff is amazing. I know. Ugh. So, I'm stoked. The thing is that just before all this happened, the Disney World, Hollywood Studios only had like 278 people enter the gates that day. I would have loved to have been there, because those people would have gotten on the new rides like 8 times.
You or me, asshole.
Yeah, I know that would have been amazing. Yeah, the thing is we had our trips scheduled. So going to Hollywood Studios, we had spaced out. Oh yeah. Bye guys. We're gonna come here. I'm not gonna make it in 4 turns. I'm gonna be able to hustle out. But man, we had our whole fucking trip. Like, my wife did such an amazing job getting everything booked. Like, I know it's impossible at Disney to have a perfect set of everything, like Magic Band times, but my wife did amazing on our Magic Band times. Everything was lined up, everything was great, and then this bullshit had to happen. Now, I don't know how it's gonna work for our other trip, because we're not 60 days out on the other window yet. But I will say the staff at Disney has been amazing. The team at Southwest Airlines has been so I'm gonna say it this way. The people have been amazing, but the process has sucked ass. They have rebooked our flight like 4 times, each going each way, and I was like, I've been getting into it with them. I'm like, look, man, if I'm leaving out at 7 o'clock in the morning, if I was on a non-stop to begin with, if I was on a non-stop flight to begin with, and you've moved me now to 2 non-stop flights, and you put a non-stop flight back on that day, your fucking computer should identify that Jahlon and his family got bumped off of a non-stop, and you should put me back on the non-stop flight that was basically the original flight I had. What I mean by that is, let me see if I still have all the originals, because I don't keep everything. Nope, I don't want to do that. I want to bring you back over here. I want to bring this over here. So, do I still have my original? So originally I was on an 8:40 nonstop that was arriving in Orlando at 12:05. And then on the day, after all the fucking bullshitting around of moving flights, I'm now on a 9:05 nonstop arriving at 12:25. But what really pisses me off about it is I had to rebook my flight once I was going to be flying into Baltimore. And then they had me flying to Texas. And on one flight, they had me leaving at 7 o'clock in the morning and not arriving to Orlando until, let's see, 7 o'clock in the morning and like 9 o'clock at night. Like, who the fuck wants to travel for 14 hours domestically? It's like, you're telling me I got to be traveling for 14 hours when I can drive it in almost that amount of time? Good to see me back. Gonna be lurking. Cool, man. I appreciate that. We got a long way to go, Paradox Gaming Network. We got a long way to go. We used to be in the hundreds, but you know, I don't deserve that right now. I don't deserve that. I had to take a break. I got to re-earn my dues. I'm at the bottom. I'm in the deepest part of the coal mine again. I gotta bang away on the wall. I gotta, you know, fill my bucket every day. Like I said, I need feedback on my YouTube videos. My game reviews are not producing. Let me just say it this way. If anybody has any idea on what I could do for my YouTube videos, my game reviews, the in-depth stuff that I do, people like the in-depth stuff that I do. But the game reviews I've done, in all honesty, I did Surviving the Aftermath, I did Battletech, and I did Diablo in the GOG store. And together, they don't even hit 1,000 views. 3 videos don't even hit 1,000 views. So I got to figure out what to put in the stew. What do I got to do to make game reviews work a little bit better? And then a part of it is maybe I'm not a. Maybe I should review Arcade. Yeah, maybe I should pull a lazy peon, right? And you know, but maybe I'm not a game review guy. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I'm just not a game review guy. You know, maybe I'm a MMO guy. Maybe I gotta just stick to what I'm good at, and then buy my own game keys instead of doing game reviews to get free game keys. So. Oh hell yeah! When this unit uses a chainsaw ability, everybody heals. Fuck yeah! Hell yeah! We will take that. Let's see. So, but no, I honestly believe the future of Paradox looks something like this. The future of Paradox is I just need to get into an MMO again. And once I start hammering away at an MMO, I'll start rebuilding. My YouTube number will stabilize. My YouTube number has been slipping. I'm almost just over 12,000. I haven't looked at what the damage from today is. Every time I release a video, it's funny. Normally when you release a video, your subs go up. But since I have about 10,000 Arcade followers and I don't make any Arcade content, yeah, I'm just about to dip under 12,001, which is okay. I mean, that's okay. Really, the plan is next week I'll be doing Guild Wars 2. So I'm going to start in Guild Wars 2 again so I can start working on the MMO thing and working that out. I may flip between Guild Wars 2, and if I decide to stream 2 nights a week, then I will do ESO on the other night. I got into ESO because A, they have necromancers, and who doesn't love necromancers? And then 2, I needed to be able to understand ESO. There are a lot of people come into the Ashes of Creation Discord asking me like, how is the combat compared to ESO? And I'm like, I don't know. So I bought ESO. Well, I already had ESO. I bought the DL. Excuse me. I bought the DLC that allows me to have necromancers. Because again, if there's necromancers to be had, I'm going to have it. Okay. Can you wear that? Yeah, I would rather have you loading if that works out. But I think honestly, I think once I'm working on an MMO again, I'll be making progress. Oh, 15 damage. Outstanding. That's what I want to see. You ain't got no goodies. You ain't got no goodies either. Who got all the goodies? You guys must have gotten all the goodies. All right. But it is good to be back. Feels good to be back. Just knocking the rust off a little bit. I hope the audio quality has improved. I do realize that the next thing I need to do is not be in a big open room, but I got my foam box. A lot of you were telling me that there was an echo, which, I mean, there's nothing I can do. Behind my monitors is like, I don't know, 9-10 feet to the front door, and then a little cubby. So I got the foam box to put the mic in, stop some of that echo, stop some of the fan sound people were saying they could hear. You know, got the new lighting. Hopefully this is nice and bright, and people said that for a while it was weird. It was like too dark. So have a ring light on the desk now. Obviously when I move into the other room, I'll have to redo everything again. I'll have to put, like, that room will have to get the carpet will have to get taken up, and I'm gonna have to put a cat door in it. The reason why I'm gonna have to put a cat door in is because my cats will want to come in and out, but not gonna be able to have the door open. Otherwise my kids, it defeats the purpose of having an office with a closed door if you leave the door open for the cats to come in and out of. And if I don't have the door open for the cats, then the damn cats will just sit out the door, and all the stream will be is meow, meow, meow. Each gear can only go on one side mission per chapter. When the campaign mission becomes available, so does all of your roster. Okay. Yeah, it was funny. Somebody tried to.
There's a valuable stash on site here. Retrieve the equipment and get it to the evac point.
How you liking Gear Tactics? Oh, dude, this is up my alley for the games I like. I just reviewed BattleTech Urban Warfare, and because I love turn-based games, and like I said, I reviewed that, and then they gave me this key, and I was like, thanks. I didn't even know this game was coming out. And I literally popped in to one of the places I get keys from, because the places I get keys from also keep content creators involved in getting information about upcoming games. Well, I saw this and I was like, wait a minute. Oh, Jesus, it's a mistake. Mistakes have been made. Oh, man. Oh, that was bad. Weesby fucked over here. Let's see. Okay.
I've got Overwatch. Over it.
Is going to get fucked. Okay, hold on. Or I can go that far on one action. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Woof. Now. Okay. What we're gonna do is hopefully But we got to keep him from get. If any of those touch him, get into melee with him, he won't be able to move.
Got it covered.
Okay.
Serves you right.
Oh, look at it, saucy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Game's down.
Oh, dear. Oh, wait, that might be a blessing. Okay.
Let's make this count.
No, you're not getting up yet. Stay down. Not you.
Waiting orders. Kicking up dirt.
Okay, let's see. Okay. Boom. Dinner time here. Good chatting with you. Definitely back next week. Good. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing you next week. Awesome. What I want to. That's what I want to hear. I also want to hear you hide your ass. Right there. Oh, you didn't get very. That's okay. Good. So that's awesome. Starting to have people coming back. Like it. Good. Yes,
Gotta reload. I'm mobile.
Goodbye. Oh, took his head right off. Gory as hell. That is amazing. The level of gore here. Ooh.
Let's see how they like this. Yep.
Okay.
Awaiting orders. Yep, moving.
Yeah.
What's next?
Next is you stay hidden, because you already have a hard enough time staying alive. Not what I wanted to do, but that's all right. Well, today's been fun for me, guys. I get to play. Awesome, amazing game. Again, I'm going to thank Xbox and Microsoft one more time. They, they picked a small streamer to give a game key to, which was awesome of them. Usually you got to be a little bit bigger to start getting the big ones, big keys. But they gave me one, and awesome, because like I said, I didn't even know this game was coming out, and I'll be honest, if I knew the game was coming out, I more likely than not wouldn't have bought it, because I would have been streaming MMO tonight. So I'm happy I have a game for my downtime when I'm not streaming. This is awesome. This is a 10/10 recommend. Definitely gonna be playing more. I'm gonna play this whole storyline through, without a doubt. There's like zero doubt in my mind. I'm gonna play this storyline all the way through. I'll probably, to be honest, what I will probably end up doing is I will end up starting over tomorrow in my downtime and playing on the next harder up level.
Okay.
No, not you. What has to be? Okay. We do table. Good. Now. He's down. We're gonna charge Lance, and we can move people. I love that you just completely just implode the skull. It's like no fucks given.
I'm here.
And that's again, that's why the mature rating is up today.